the show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, June 10th, 2025, and we are coming to you live. If I may go around the room and take roll call. Galvin.
Present.
Gio.
Good morning.
Pap.
Hello, Michael.
Oh. Carmen?
Good morning.
Oh!
Gotcha.
Damn it.
We weren't sure if you were going to be late or not.
Yeah. No, I made it. It was just a precaution.
What an unsung hero you are.
Yeah.
Carmen, I have so much to talk to you about. I'm so glad you're here.
Okay. What's up?
Yesterday, I was inspired by you
Okay.
to eat bad.
Wait, what? Don't
Yeah.
use me as your excuse.
Well, my wife is also, she's the bad one. She's the one that should be like, keeping me on track. But she was like, do you want to go to lunch? And I said, not really. And she was like, come on, take me to the mall and then we'll go to lunch. And I said, okay. So I took her to the mall. And then she said, can we go to Besito? And I said, oh, Carmen loves Besito.
Yeah.
Tableside guacamole.
Should have invited me.
So we went there. Can I give you my review?
Yeah.
Besito. No.
Really?
What happened?
Gross.
Yeah.
I heard they were closing all those restaurants.
Maybe that's the reason.
Like West Shore, I thought was going
It was
under.
empty.
I thought the whole mall was basically
I don't know what that mall does.
on the outs.
Yeah.
That mall has been there for so long, and I don't know how it competes with International Mall. But anyway, it was gross. So we got a triple salsa, I don't know, appetizer. Like they give you chips and 3 different salsas. One tasted like pickle juice. The other one was just melted cheese, and then the other one was just chopped onions. It was supposed to be like a real salsa, and it was just onions.
Are you supposed to mix them together?
No, I don't know. If there was work required, they didn't give me instructions. And then we also, can I just tell you, I'm not trying to tell anybody don't go there or anything like that. I just had not a great experience. And then I went and got a chicken burrito. It was ice cold. I said, I mean, rarely do I eat half of whatever I'm eating.
I got to tell you, though, on a summer day, a nice cold chicken burrito really hits the spot.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was like, Besito, no.
Yeah.
No. I wanted to call you from there because I was blaming you for being there in the first place.
Me?
Yeah, because it was my wife's fault because she suggested it, but you were always talking about it, so I thought it was going to be great. Not great.
Why do you think I've had those tableside guacamoles for so long?
Yeah.
Like, I've been there twice. Once when they opened.
Right.
And then the other time we had like a show
Yeah.
thing there. You know what I mean? But other than that, that's why I have so many of those tableside guacs.
Well, Besito, no. That's my review.
I got to tell you, the best Mexican, in my opinion, closed down is that Vallarta's.
Vallarta, yeah.
I never gone there.
They're great.
So good.
They're great. You're never, it's like going to a diner in New York. No matter what time you go, you're going to get the same exact quality, same exact food, and it's always going to be good.
Yeah.
Missed out.
Get out of here, bug.
Close it out. Oh. Come on, Joe.
What, Joe? How are there still flies, Joe?
I don't know.
I added exterminator to your list of duties.
Okay.
Anyway, that was my big complaint for yesterday. No. Besito.
I got to tell you, we went to Topgolf. There was like a coaching thing, and Chad won his conference. You know what I mean? So everyone
Nice.
who won got to go.
Uh-huh.
They have great Mexican food.
They do. They have surprisingly good food over at Topgolf.
Yeah. So they had like a taco and nacho bar set up that was like included and stuff. Their queso is delicious and probably the reason I'm running late today.
You got the poofs?
I couldn't go. Their cheese.
Oh, you're backed up?
Yeah, the cheese clogged me up.
Oh,
Gross.
you know how to do that. Galvin's told you a million times. Let Chad hold your nose and blow into your mouth.
He was sleepy.
Yeah.
I was about to ask him that.
What do you had, a morning struggle?
Yeah. And the problem was I couldn't leave because I knew the second I left, I would have to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just had to like sit there
waiting out.
And I'm
Red
just
face and sweating.
And I'm just looking at my phone and I'm just seeing the time and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, I know that feeling, Carmen, when I have to go during commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. And then of course on the way, I literally saw brake lights my entire drive, but never hit traffic once.
Right,
Everyone was just driving slow. You know what I mean? So it was just like one of those mornings I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stress it. I'm just going to let things happen. And I still got here on time.
Okay. Good
Just
job.
let it happen on the ride over.
Listen, at that point, what are you supposed to do? Because I was just going to stress myself out for no
Yeah.
reason. You know?
No, you made it. You did good.
Afraid to get up, but you know you got to leave.
But listen, and that wasn't helping either. But I had a lot of queso at Top Golf yesterday.
Come on.
Did they have the little injectable donut holes?
Yes, they
those
did.
Those are so good.
Yeah, I didn't have any though.
Oh, man,
But when I was going through the taco line, I could smell the chocolate, and I was like, "Oh man!" But yeah, Topgolf has really good food.
At the end of Besito, they give you 4 little churros. They like make little fresh churros. I put one in my mouth, and I was like, "Ugh, they're like stale." I ate another one. I was like, "They're the worst." I ate the third one. I was like, "This is so stale." I
Hey,
ate
you got to check
plate.
the fourth one, make sure.
I would have left and gone to Taco Bell.
I said to my wife, "You don't want this; it's stale." Ate them all. Yeah. So that was my day and your day yesterday, Carmen.
So you off the rails?
Nah. I mean,
And a whole bag of
churros, pasta,
brownie.
tacos.
Pasta the other day, drinking
yeah, like I'm
4
kind of.
beers in 10 minutes.
I mean, I had a weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I had a weekend.
It's
I'm
Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
I'm slowly bringing it back on track. You know
It's
what I
a
mean?
long holiday weekend.
Yeah.
They say if you had like a cheat weekend, whatever,
Right.
you want to try and eat churros on Monday.
Yeah.
They were baby churros. They were like this big. They're little
Hey,
churro bites.
You had
That
3
kinda-
of them.
That
Four.
kind of flushes
Four.
and resets the
Right,
system.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a whole churro, is what you're saying.
Right, but if you break it up in little pieces, it doesn't mean a whole
No.
churro.
And I'm sorry, didn't you get a cookie the size of your head from Hard Rock?
I was on the weekend still.
Oh,
It was in the allotted days.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I don't think
Yeah,
you
I
understand
have
what
had
that is.
I was off the rails. I'm slowly bringing it back on track. Like this morning, I started doing good. I ate a cheese stick and 2 tiny coffees.
Well, good luck.
Gio came in today with 2 tall coffees. These aren't even grandes, I don't even think.
I think they're grandes.
Okay, so there are 2 10-ounce coffees.
16.
That's 16 ounces?
That's what she told me, yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's 16 ounces.
All right.
We did the math because she goes, I don't have any Trenta cups. I have to give you in 2 grandes.
So
I
is
said,
it Trent to 32?
yes.
Trenta is 30. Yeah, 30.
Yeah.
Oh, 32.
And I go, lady, I can't show up with that. I go,
Yeah.
that's not. She's like, well, this is 2 Trentas. If I pour these into a Trenta cup, it equals Trenta. I said,
I mean, I would. You did good, Gio. You did. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
I told her,
But-
like, you're killing me.
But at 1 venti would have been sufficient.
Instead, well, it'd have been less.
I know, but I would have just
All right.
either got ordered another one later on or whatever.
So a Trenta is actually 31 ounces. So you got a little bit more. You got an extra ounce there. How you
Yeah.
like that?
Cheers.
The Grande is 16 ounces. That's
Yeah,
what the thing. So
that's-
tall is 12, Grande 16, Venti 24, Trenta 31.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're cool. We're going to make it an odd number. Ugh.
I argued with her, and she did the math, and it checked out.
Well, I don't think that was the plan, Galvin. I think the plan is to have like Trent to be 30, but because of the circumference of the glass, they're able to sneak an extra ounce in there.
Small, medium, large. Entire
Yeah.
life. Entire life, small, medium, large.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We're going to introduce new systems.
Yeah, but like, 7-Eleven did that too. You go in, you get a big gulp and a bigger gulp and a yummy gulp. And
Listen, you tell me tall, venti, grande, this, that, I don't know. Big gulp, I know what I'm
yeah, but
getting.
if you're a regular at the
I'm not.
right, so don't go.
It confuses me that I don't go.
But
Now they're losing my money. They'll probably be closed by the end of next week.
It is a little intimidating if you've never been.
Whenever, if I stop and I get my wife something, I have to go, whatever large is. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I
yeah,
have
because
to
you're
do-
not used to saying it.
Right.
Right.
I don't know.
get you.
And I really don't know. It's not like we can figure it out because of this, whatever. No, tall sounds like it'd be big.
I don't ever look at the menu, so I don't know if the menu has it like clearly displayed on
What
there.
the ounces
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
I don't know.
Americans are so fat. When you go to other countries, at Starbucks, they don't have Trenta.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not so much a fat thing because
It's a fat thing.
But it's not.
Americans
because-
like big, large, fat portions.
Yeah, but Americans work harder. They're out there longer, and they don't have time to go back.
Americans work harder
Americans are the hardest working. Well,
Than
no,
who?
than the Europeans. I'm not going to South America.
I was going to
Not
say.
South America.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
South America,
If you're
they just
going
go
in the
pick their own
world,
beans and they go make their own coffee.
It's a fat thing.
Yeah, it totally is a fat thing because I told you my sister-in-law over in the Philippines, she went to McDonald's and got like a Big Mac that was the size of like a Jolly Rancher. You know what I mean?
There's no large sizes.
No,
it's all
yeah.
like regular.
Small.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why we're the strongest country in the world.
Well, fattest.
I'll whip the Philippines ass, me and 3 guys.
I'm just saying.
Manny Pacquiao would destroy you.
Yeah, besides Manny Pacquiao, once we break his arms, we'll pick him up by the feet and beat other Filipinos with Manny Pacquiao. That's it. That's why I said 3 guys. We take 3 guys to beat Manny Pacquiao. I don't know. I'm not fighting anybody.
No.
I'm too old.
The
Not after
barista,
this weekend.
the barista in Germany told me he always knows when the Americans are coming in for Trentas, and he has to tell them no, because they're fat. And
Sure.
like, Trenta. He's like, we don't have Trenta.
Listen, it's not like there's no fatties over in Europe.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yes,
Not
I
as
get
many.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I've been to Greece. They're all pretty fat.
Yeah.
But also, whenever you come in with a baseball hat on and camouflage shorts, they're like, I'm pretty sure this is.
You guys have Tranta?
Yeah, exactly. No fatso. We don't do that here.
That was one of the things that I read before I went to Europe for the first time is don't wear camouflage.
Yeah.
They said the only people that wear camouflage over there are the military. And if you're walking around in camouflage, they're going to think that you're making some sort of statement. So this guy doesn't make any statements.
But I mean,
Hold on.
like, do you wear camo on a regular basis here?
No, but there was a time where I had like camouflage shorts.
Yeah,
you know?
there was like in the 90s, there was a little time where
My
a lot
son
of
wears camo
camouflage
pants.
A lot of people were wearing.
I got
My wife bought camo pants to go to Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, she's going to Wu-Tang Clan tonight.
Oh, is that tonight?
Yeah, I am not.
And is that the majority of Wu-Tang or who all, like the
It's
important ones?
mostly Wu-Tang.
Yeah, Method Man,
Well,
Redman,
Old
those
Dirty
guys?
Bastard's dead,
Right.
But his son, Young Dirty Bastard's in the band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I guess he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And
He calls himself Young Dirty
no,
Bastard?
no, I don't know what his name is. But the rest of the Wu-Tang seem to be there. Inspect the Deck, Method Man,
Ghostface Killer?
Ghostface Killer, Raekwon. I could not care less and would not want to go to anything less. Would not want my wife to go by herself. I was concerned with that. So she is going with the next best thing, both of her brothers.
Oh, that's
makes,
good.
Yes, which makes me feel happy that I don't have to sweat it. And if anything happens to her, hey, I tried. Your brothers were there.
Can I make a statement to you that you're going to hate? Come on!
Oh, no.
So you know what really annoys me is the
Gallo
fly.
looks like a deaf guy trying to do sign language.
You know what the fly does? Or whatever it is, gnat or whatever. It flies around and then it goes right here in my hair.
Yeah.
Like it wants to live in my luxurious hair.
You got like a little product in there?
Yeah.
That's probably what
Yeah,
it is. They
yeah.
like that.
Can't blame it, Gallo.
Oh, yeah. It's like, it smells terrific. This is like a high-rise apartment up here. I like it. So you're going to hate every part of this sentence.
Okay.
Except for the first part.
All right.
My wife.
Yeah. Like your wife.
Right. Is in Boston
Oh.
and went to the Rays game.
Yeah,
right.
Why?
Because why'd she go to the Rays game?
Yeah. Is she a
Because
fan?
Not really, but she's up there with her best friend, and so they wanted to do something, whatever. And I guess she's staying right by there,
Oh.
right
Yeah,
by
you gotta go
Fenway
to.
and Stephanie.
You kind of got to go to that field
Stephanie.
one time.
They got extra innings, and the Rays wound up winning, and all kind of stuff. So
Raise up.
yeah, she had a good time.
She decked out in her
I
Rays
was going
gear.
to say she wearing a Rays shirt.
I think she had some
Yeah.
Rays stuff. I mean, over the years we've had
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much
yeah.
Rays stuff that
I'd go to Fenway Park if I was right there.
right.
You're
Yeah,
saying
just
over the
saving.
years the Rays gave you stuff.
Yeah, they gave us a bunch of stuff
interesting.
until you pissed them off, and then they
Me?
stopped. Yes, you.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they said me out of all the people that talk crap about them.
Right.
The DAE is just smashing them all the time, and I'm just talking about how the people are fair weather fans and they single me out.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
No skateboard deck for you.
I said to them, I was like, when the Rays got mad at me, I said, work said to me, listen, don't make a big deal of this. I go, oh, are you kidding me? This is the best thing I can. I'd much rather fight with somebody than be friends with them. I said, so Now I'll just wait until something happens till one of their coaches gets a DUI or one of their players gets in trouble, and boom, Wander Franco gets in trouble. And then all of a sudden the Rays lose the roof on their stadium, and I was like, I believe I'm out of this fight, buddy. I've done enough just by wishing. So I got nothing bad to say.
Had they given you that Raymond bobblehead, things would be different.
It would as a jersey. Remember, they gave everybody a jersey except for me.
If you would have got the DJ Kitty jumper.
Man. Yeah.
Would have been something.
Raise up, everybody.
And that's so funny is some guy goes, you complain about it, but would the Yankees ever give you? And I was like, actually, one time I was on the air talking about how I was going to New York and it was freezing. And I didn't have a winter jacket. And then the next day, a winter New York Yankees jacket showed up at the station and said, we heard you're going to New York. Stay warm. Oh, it's the nicest thing ever. So they've done a lot for me over the years.
The Lightning gave us jerseys, but then they gave Mo a jersey, and it ruined everything.
Lightning gave us jersey.
No.
They did come around.
They did give us
right,
jersey,
right.
And then they gave us jerseys.
Jerseys, yeah. But then they gave one to Mo, and that kind of ruined it for me.
Right. Mo's not included.
No.
Right. Yeah. Mo or Spike? What's more insulting?
To give a jersey to?
Yeah.
Spike.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Will Spike come to Whiskey Willie's? I feel like they know Spike there.
Was that his hangout?
No, I just feel like he'd fit in there, though. Having hung out there a couple of times now.
I'm not sure where Spike lives. So I don't know if that's in his vicinity.
Pete calls me up and he goes, what do you have this weekend? And I said, nothing. It's Father's Day on Sunday. I think the Jews are coming over on Saturday. And he said, all right, I need you to go out Friday night. And I said, why? And he goes, because I got people coming in town, blah, blah, blah. And I go, so basically we're just going to end up at Whiskey Willie's again. He goes, probably.
That's great.
We have a hangout now.
Yes.
We have a hangout.
This has been my life for the last 30 years.
We even have a corner. Like, we go to the same seats every time. And I walked over and some guy was sitting there and I was,
this is great.
When you walk in, do they go, Mike?
Not yet. No.
Soon.
No, we had a not so warm reception on Friday night. There was, because you can't smoke in there, so there were a bunch of people outside. Mm-hmm. And when we pulled up in the Sprinter, they kind of yipped up a little bit. They were hoping it was like a bachelorette party, and then 4 dudes get out of the car, and they were like, "Oh, yeah." The guy said it. He goes, "We're expecting a bunch of girls." And I go, "Well, bad luck."
When I used to go to Whiskey Willie's, they could smoke in there, and it was rough.
That's what I heard, but it doesn't even, like, when you walk in a building that you used to smoke in for 30 years and it's still it doesn't. It's whatever they did. They reverse osmosis the whole place up.
Because I couldn't stay long because of the smoke was so intense.
Yeah, that's why I never went there before, because Coco said when you leave there, you'll smell like a cigarette. And now, not the case.
You could sit at the stoplight and smell cigarettes. Jesus.
Does Whiskey Willie's have any kind of gambling stuff in there at all?
I don't believe so.
Have you heard, like, all these different bars are doing, like, gambling stuff? Like, they have, like, roulette wheels and everything. Somebody was telling me, I don't know, was it Dizzy? Did you guys go somewhere?
No.
Somebody was telling me about it, and I go, well, they're going to get shut down. I go, that's illegal.
You talk about it on the radio, you rat.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Don't just do it without me.
Oh, I got you.
That's why I'm going to shut you down.
I mean, sometimes you see, like, video poker, I think.
Yeah, video poker. No, but I'm talking, like,
and then
table games.
Yeah, there have been a couple of those.
Yeah, and I'm like, how?
Because I think there's a loophole in certain areas somewhere or something like that. And then, no, I don't think it's legal. I think it's just a matter of who's been shut down yet and who hasn't.
But also, I think if you're not using actual money and it's like
right, that's a
prizes.
workaround. Yeah.
Instead,
but what I heard was real table games, real money, this and that. And I go, why have I not been invited?
Yeah.
At the Kava House, that's what they were doing. That's what it was.
Talking about ratting them out.
Jesus.
What were they doing, Joe?
No, there was you gambled for prize tickets, and then you put the tickets in for whatever prize you wanted to win.
That's
win.
prize. Yeah, that's a different
It was
thing.
not real money.
Right. Joey Calta back to the casino last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He got a little taste, so he's like, winning's easy. Let me get back in there.
Yeah.
How'd he do?
I don't know. I went to bed before he came home, so I don't know. But I did know that I did watch John Sarasani playing poker yesterday. It's unbelievable.
Poker or blackjack?
Blackjack. It's unbelievable how he the cards go his way. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, all right, I got 4s. Dealer's showing a 3. The only thing I can do is split these 4. And I'm like, yeah, but you're splitting fours. You're not doing anything, And sure enough, one was a 20 and the other one was a 19, and the other guy in the dealer bust.
But that's one of the things. That's one of the things he points out too. Is you're only going to make money playing blackjack if you double down on stuff.
Take chances.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you're going with the book and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and there are certain times where if you have an ace and a 4 against a 3, and doing stuff like that. That's how you're going to make your money, because otherwise you're just kind of winning slowly, whatever. But if you can have one hand that's a swing, and especially for him, it's a $40,000 swing.
Yeah. So let me ask you what you would do. He had the dealer had a 4 showing, and he had 12.
12 against 4.
Yeah.
I'm staying on that. 4 through 6, you stay with. You have a 12.
I know that's what you're supposed to do. And
yeah. 13, I'd hit.
He said it.
Or showing a 3, I would hit.
He said it's so. It's so hard to not take that card. I would want to take that card, and he didn't, and he ended up winning.
He hit and he won?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, because 4 is a bus card, so yeah. That's the rule. That's the way the book is and stuff.
I know. I'm not. If it's
12 against a 2, I'm hitting. 12 against a 3, I'm hitting. 12 against a 4 through 6, I'm not hitting.
Yeah. I know. That's a smart thing to do, and it's hard. He goes, it's hard to do it, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
And it worked out for him, so it was interesting to watch. And when watching him play $1,000, $1,500 a hand, with nothing, with his big pumpkin chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun watching other people's money.
Yeah.
Your money is.
And then whenever they lose, you idiot.
Yeah.
I would have done it different.
When I hear people say, "Oh yeah, I'm down like 70 grand, so I'm just trying to get it back before I leave tonight," I'm like, "Oh my god,
70 grand!" I'd be like, "Well, if we sell this house,
yeah." He was after the show. He was just hanging out, kind of talking. He was talking about like when he goes down like 60, 70 grand. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about it. That's all he does.
Yeah.
He gets flown around for free to go to these places. All this stuff is comped. He goes to the best restaurants and all these things. And then, he gambles. And he was saying on the live stream that he can't go to certain casinos because he wins too much money. And he said
they won't let him.
They won't let him anymore. Or if he goes, he's got to play under certain rules.
Yeah.
Where you can't double down on certain things. Can't do this. Like, which is crazy because I wouldn't go anywhere where I had no advantage.
For some reason, maybe because he was there or somebody searched something. I started getting gambling videos in my Instagram yesterday.
The minute you watch one of his videos, it's all you get.
Yeah, and it was there was one account, and it was just this person getting kicked out of casinos because they're too good.
Yeah,
and like the pit boss comes over, and she'd be like, "Go, quick!" Because I guess if the cards turn, they can't stop that hand. So she's like, go.
Yeah.
The dealer turns the hand. She's like, and the guy's telling her to stop. He's like, nope, you flip the card. I'm playing this hand. And then they're like, your skill set's not welcome here.
Yeah. Yeah. I know who that girl is because she gets backed off all the time. And she's, they're usually cool about it. They're like, we don't want to accept your action anymore. And she's like, okay. And just colors up and goes, whatever. But there was one guy I saw, I want to say it was in Chicago, maybe, or somewhere. I forget where it was. But he had like almost $100,000 and they would not pay him. They were in the middle of counting it and they came over and they're like, nope. Really? And he's like, are you crazy? Blah, blah, blah. And he's yelling and he's got a little lawsuit against him. And
I don't gamble a lot. I didn't realize that's a thing where like it seems like pretty regularly. If you're good, they'll just kick you, tell you can't play that game anymore. Yeah. Like the one, he's like, you can play any other game in the casino. You're not allowed to play blackjack anymore.
Yeah, because what she's doing, well, she's a card counter, first off.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, but she's, so she's putting her bets, she's betting like 100, 900, whatever she knows it's a positive count, whatever. Yeah.
So is that what she's card counting?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Now, how do casinos catch card counters?
Because you're increasing your bet. Most people, if you go and sit at a table, say you sit at a $25 table, you're betting $25 per hand. Every once in a while, you may go 50, whatever. But if somebody who's card counting knows when it's a positive count, which means it's in their favor, is they'll be betting 100, and then they'll bet 1,000, they'll bet 1,000, they'll bet 1,000. Then they know it goes down, so then they go back down to 100 and stuff. So you kind of see that stuff. But it is very difficult to card count now with
5 decks,
all that stuff. So most of those card counters are going to play in single deck.
Okay.
Now I want to eat and gamble.
Yeah,
that's all this show does.
Let's do it.
All the vices out. All right, let's take a break and get the show rolling this morning. A rescheduled Craig Gass will be in the studio.
Will he?
Yeah, I don't know. He texted me. He said,
text him?
He texted me and he said he's sorry that he's late and he never overslept for a show. I said, Craig, 2 nights of Metallica will do that to somebody. That's the whole. You can't be blamed for that.
Yeah, he did tell me, he's like, this has never happened before, ever.
Yeah. So he's coming in this morning to hang out with us, and he'll be at Side Splitters Wesley Chapel this weekend. And then also, Acid Don will join us at 9 o'clock. He will not be at Side Splitters Wesley Chapel this weekend, but he will be taking your legal calls this morning. We got stuff to give away. Carmen will tell you what that stuff is when we come back, and we'll play Sporkle next on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to Tampa Bay's most listened to morning show, The Mike Calta Show. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Looks good right now for your Tuesday morning commute. That's on both sides of the bay, too. Hillsborough and Pinellas County accident-free. That's on 275, 75, as well as I-4. Pinellas County looking good in US 19. Hillsborough County problem-free on the Veterans Expressway as well as the Leroy Salmon Expressway. And so far, so good on the Howard Franklin Bridge, Courtney Campbell Causeway, as well as the Gandy Bridge, and that's running up to speed in both directions. I'm Monica with traffic.
After you've been injured at no fault of your own, you shouldn't be stuck footing the medical bills or dealing with lost wages. Farah and Farah's accident attorneys are here to make it easy. Contact Farah and Farah, 1-800-500-5555, farahandfarah.com. Make it a Farah fight, Tampa.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Medical malpractice and nursing home abuse cases are difficult and the stories are heartbreaking. At Bernetti PA, we fight to make sure your story is heard loud and clear. We know you may not have been ready. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Hey, it's Galvin here for ArborWise Tree Service. ArborWise is a professional tree care service right here in St. Petersburg, Florida, specializing in both residential and commercial tree care. They've been serving the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years, and they're family owned and operated. Whether you need tree trimming, tree removal, air spading, or tree evaluation, ArborWise can give you a free estimate and consultation. With state-of-the-art equipment, no job is too big or too small. Check them out online at arborwisetreeservices.com or call for your free estimate today, 727-481-8081.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We love telling you about Win Derby at Derby Lane, an institution in Pinellas County, right on Gandy Boulevard. It's like walking back into the good old days of table games. You got $5 minimums at some of the tables. They've got appetizers coming by every few hours and free cocktails while you're playing.
Yeah, it's real simple and real fun. You can play Ultimate Texas Hold'em, 3-card poker, Mississippi Stud, and I Love Suits. And if you don't know what beats what, just look up the poker hand rankings on the mural. It'll give you a little guidance.
I got to say, I am somebody who's not played a bunch of poker in my life. So being able to look up at this amazing, a very beautiful mural, if I may say so myself, that breaks down everything. Royal flush, straight flush, 4 of a kind, full house, straight. I can be a genius even if I'm really not. You've got to check out Win Derby at Derby Lane.
Great place to host your next event, too. If you have an office party or a bunch of friends getting together, head on out to the legendary Derby Lane. You can all win some money, have a great time, and walk out of there with more money in your pockets than you walked in with. It is the legendary Derby Lane.
We hear it every day.
I'm a safe driver.
Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember, 1-800-ASK-GARY.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash cash back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MEGA to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Stop your grinding with Brooks Night Guard. Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I ended up going to a dentist, and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found the Brooks Night Guard. You mold it at home to the top or bottom teeth. Other mouth guards go all the way to the back, which allows the back teeth to touch. This is where most of the grinding and clenching occurs. The Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Order your Brooks Night Guard today and get 10% off plus free shipping. Go to brooksnightguard.com and enter the code BROOKS91. That's BRUX91. Stop your grinding with Brooks Night Guard.
Hockey, beer, boats. Tampa Bay's favorite hat trick is back. The Lightning and Creative Loafing present Boats Brewfest, presented by Publix. Friday, August 1st at Amalie Arena. Sample hundreds of local and international beers, games, and more. Get info and tickets at boatsbrewfest.com.
With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com and start packing.
Guess what? The power companies raised your rates again. And guess what? They're not done. Go solar with Solar Bear and pay nothing for the first 12 months. Beat the rate hikes from the power companies and keep your cash. Visit solarbear.com.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Embassy Suites, USF, 3705 Spectrum Boulevard in Tampa. 1-800-875-PASS. CamTechSchool.com.
If you're new to sports betting, Hard Rock Bet has the perfect way for you to get started. Right now, new customers that bet $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's right, $150 to use like cash on your next bets. NHL, NBA, WNBA, Major League Baseball, golf, and so much more. All you need to do is download the Hard Rock Bet app or simply go to hardrock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concern about gambling? Call 888-ADMIT-IT.
Mobile service is here at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We come to you at your home or office. That means you can save even more time and money with your next service experience with no more wait times. We'll come at your convenience to your home or office. Then we'll perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. See just how easy and convenient it can be for yourself. Schedule a mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm Country.
See dealer for complete details.
The heat is on, and when the heat is on, your AC is on. And when the AC is on, your money is gone. But Solar Bear has a better way to cool down your bills. Go solar now and get 12 months with 0 power payments. That's a full year of energy on the house, literally and figuratively. Solar Bear is Florida's trusted solar company, locally owned, going 10 years strong and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Stop letting the power company cash in on your summer, and more importantly, stop renting your power from the power companies. Call Solar Bear or visit solarbear.com and own your power before prices rise again.
Have you ever taken your family to dinner and been shocked at how expensive the bill was? Or gone to the doctor and been surprised by a large bill that was sent to you later in the mail? There is over $22 trillion in U.S. tax-deferred retirement accounts like the IRA and 401k. So do you know how much you will owe in taxes on those accounts in the future? Hi, I'm Rebecca Walser, principal of Walser Wealth Management and a tax attorney. And right now I want you to think about how much you've saved in your own deferred retirement accounts, whether it's $250,000 or more. Guess what? That is not all of your money. You will have to pay those taxes in retirement as you withdraw it when you have no income. At Walser Wealth, we created a retirement tax bill calculator to show you what you will pay in future taxes on your accounts, and it's free for you to use. Go to mytaxtest.com. Knowledge is only power when it's followed by action. Knowing your future taxes, we can show you strategies that might help you lower them and lower your tax burden overall in the future. For now, use our free tax calculator, mytaxtest.com, mytaxtest.com.
Mike Calta for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. Believe it or not, Father's Day is right around the corner. And fellas, if you're tired of getting socks, ties, or yet another dozen golf balls, listen up. This year, ask for something that actually matters, the gift of a long, healthy life. Lifeguard Imaging is making that easy with their biggest offer ever for Bone listeners. When you sign up for their legacy program, you get a second membership, perfect for your spouse, a friend, or anyone you care about, for 50% off. Everybody wins with an offer like this. The Legacy program gives you early scans that can detect heart disease, cancer, and other silent killers early, giving you time to take action and do something about it. Take the guesswork out of your health. Be proactive versus reactive with what's going on inside your body. Here's a scary stat. In 30% of all heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. But it doesn't have to be that way. Lifeguard Imaging uses high-accuracy CT scans to spot trouble before it starts or it's too late. This deal ends Father's Day, so don't wait. Go to lifeguardimaging.com and sign up today. It could save your life or someone you love. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
They were right. It could have waited. I can't believe it happened to me. Reaching to check my phone. Now my family has to hear that I'm never coming home again.
Officer?
I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
Every day, 9 people on Florida roadways don't make it home. I was one of the people that didn't make it home.
Ride with Do Not Disturb. Every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
Yuck. It is getting hot fast, and you know what that means. Time to turn on your air conditioning. And trust me, you want to make sure your HVAC system is working perfectly before even more brutal heat hits. But if you need a new system and you didn't take advantage of Trane's rebate offers before, Climate Design has you covered. Get extended rebate offers now through the month of June and switch out that old, unreliable HVAC system with a brand new one. Earn rebates up to $1,300 off a new Trane system, and Climate Design will match it up to $2,600. Folks, that price cannot be beat in this Florida heat. Give Climate Design Home Services a call today and ask to speak to a comfort specialist. You'll have peace of mind knowing your AC is in top working order before you need it. That is reassurance you can feel good about. Visit climatedesign.com or call 727-295-1572.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Injured? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL-HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Hosterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Hot and sticky today with a 40% chance of scattered storms. High temperatures in the lower 90s, but that heat index going to touch 100 degrees again. Steamy tonight with a low of 79, and then the rain chances go up. 60% rain chance for tomorrow afternoon. Again, highs in the lower 90s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
6:43 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone. 800-771-1025 are our phone numbers. If you want to be a part of the show today, you can use those. Or if you want to win a prize with Sporkle right now, get on the phone lines. We'll be playing this song and a bunch of other ones on June 20th as Pitbull Toddler heads to Whiskey Willie's and Lutz for the very first time, starting off our Dive Bar 2025 tour. It may end there. You never know. It may start there and end there all in the same night, but be prepared to come out and join us for that. Right now, we got stuff to give away. Carmen, what is that stuff?
We do. We have tickets for Post Malone and Jelly Roll, which is...
Your mic wasn't on, Carmen.
Sorry, Carmen.
We don't have any tickets.
I believe you said Post Malone and Jelly Roll, which is tonight at the Camping World Stadium in Orlando.
Correct.
Your mic was on.
We have tickets for Glass Animals. Summer of Loud.
Yep.
Suicide Boys. Monster Jam. Falling in Reverse. And Cage the Elephant.
All right. Let's do it right now. A little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Who won yesterday? Yesterday was the three-way tie.
Galvin won. I won.
Kachaya. All right. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pat is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right. Today we're going to play bands that start with 4 letters. Okay? I'm going to give you a band's name. You're going to give me the first name that's missing.
Before we get started.
Starts with 4 letters.
Clear it out.
How to get that going. Okay, I'm good. We're letter bands. Let's do it.
All right, your first one, Biv DeVoe.
Bell.
Mike. Oyster Cult.
Blue.
Galvin. 2 Men.
Boys.
Galvin.
What's his name?
The Elephant.
Cage.
Mike.
Hey, they're legends.
War Kids.
Cold.
Geo. Punk.
Daft.
Galvin. Kennedys.
Dead.
Galvin. Purple.
Rain.
Deep.
Mike.
Idiot.
Straits.
Dire.
Mike. And the Bunnymen.
Echo.
Mike. What? Outboy.
Fall.
Mike. Young Cannibals.
Fine.
Mike. For Fighting.
5.
Mike. Charlotte.
Good.
Mike. And Roses.
Guns.
Galvin. And Oates.
Hall.
Pap.
Michael.
Thank you, Joe.
Mike gets the point.
It's the worst.
I don't know who that was. I got to be honest with you.
And Pap.
Yeah, no, I didn't know it wasn't you.
To me, it sounded like me, but we all answered, so I don't know.
We're halfway there.
Gio has a single point on the board. Galvin has 5, and Michael is your leader right now. He's winning by 5 with 10.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you had that run, man.
All right, we're doing bands that start with 4 letters. Your next one, Maiden.
Iron.
Mike. Crimson.
Red. No, King. Jesus.
Galvin. And the Gang.
Cool.
Galvin. What?
Like he was waiting for that one.
Biscuit.
Limp.
Yeah. Oh.
Gio.
Damn right.
And the Mechanics.
Mike.
Inch Nails.
9.
Mike.
No, Judge.
That was Michael.
I heard Gio. I did hear it.
Yeah.
But I was talking, so I don't know, but I did hear Gio.
No, the expert over here gave it to you again. So
No.
I'm just being integral.
Integrity. Gio gets the point. Roach.
Papa.
Gio. Against the Machine.
Rage.
Rage. Galvin. And Peppa.
Salt.
Galvin. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yoko.
Patrol.
Dawn.
Blank Patrol.
Snow.
That's it.
Beat me.
Damn it.
Mike.
Dawn Patrol is the morning show at WEBM in Cincinnati because I almost said it too.
I wanted to say Paw Patrol.
Did De La Soul have Dawn Patrol? Was there a song or an album? Yeah, I don't know.
Your next one. Cell.
Soft.
Galvin.
Like your wiener.
Wait. Doctors.
Spin.
Gio. Might be Giants.
Giants. Oh.
They, Mike, and Pap. We are on the last 3.
Gio has 5 points on the board. Galvin has 10, and Michael is your leader by 4. He's winning with 14.
Ooh.
All right, bands that start with 4 letters. Last 3. Here we go. Lizzie.
Spin.
Mike. Chung.
Wang.
Mike. And your last one. Cherry.
Buck. What?
No.
Nina.
Blake. Cherry.
Not Buck. Not Nina.
I know what it is.
Wild.
Oh,
What
Play
is,
that
what
funky
is
music.
Wild Cherry?
Play that funky music.
Oh, I didn't know that.
get out of here.
Get out of
The
here.
only cherry is Buck Cherry.
It's one word, though.
Buck Cherry's one word.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh,
Nina is a person.
yeah.
But she was an artist, but yeah.
Not my cherry.
Wild Cherry.
Not my cherry. Cherries. I'm so hungry now.
Your final score. Gio with 5 points on the board. Galvin doubling that with 10, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 16.
Ooh. Carmen,
Yes.
what does it mean when you crave fruit?
Sugar.
Like I don't have some like vitamin deficiency or something like that.
But usually, since you're on the diet, usually you're like craving sugar. Because
I just woke up this morning and I was like, I want cranberry juice. I never said that in my life. And then I was thinking about eating cantaloupe before, and I went, "Oh, something's wrong with me."
Are you doing any math?
No, I'm not doing any math.
Your diet's telling you can't have like a candy bar or a donut, so you're
right. So you're
falling back on sugar. You know?
Really? Because I'll just go eat a goddamn candy bar if that's what I want to eat right now. I'm in wild time.
You are way off the rails.
Way
man.
off the rails.
That's what it is. I think is because you went off the rails. Now your body's craving other stuff because your body craves what you eat. But if you haven't had sugar for quite some time, and if you're eating pasta and the sauce is a lot of sugar, the churros a lot of sugar, all that stuff. So now you've reintroduced a bunch of sugar, and now
Yeah,
you're
but
craving
I
sugar.
really haven't because I didn't have pasta. I had fish. You know what I mean? Like when I went to Donatello's.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm not eating too
But
bad.
what sauces and stuff? Was there sauces on it? The oysters had sauces. And the alcohol has a lot of
All right, let's
sugar.
not get crazy.
Yeah, well, you're trying to figure it out. It's
Yeah.
Tuesday, by the way.
Maybe I don't want to. I love how this guy Kevin Sorbo became some sort of news guy because he was, he was famous playing Hercules on TV, a terrible show that nobody watched. And then the guy came out and he says some right wing stuff, and now he's like Fox's go-to.
But they
guy.
rally around those people. Like Rob Schneider is a total
a political pundit now.
Yeah.
Kid
Yeah.
Rock is like an expert on politics.
Like Kid Rock is the guy we're going
It's
to.
like they're so desperate for any type of star power that they'll just,
Is that it though, or because they're
know.
making these people bigger stars,
right?
Like Kevin Sorbo should be loving this.
I think now there are people that are specifically doing it only in hopes to get
Yes.
that rotation
Because
of
they
people.
see how it goes and stuff. Yeah, because like you said, Kevin Sorbo was C-list actor on a show that nobody really watched.
Right.
And, whatever. And then he says some stuff, and then he fights with people, and then he's, very much stands his ground on his point of view.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, whatever, washed up Hercules, this and that. And he's like, I was on TV.
I should have that as a radio talk show host. I should have that. I have my view, and my view is right. But I'm so. I mean, I know how I feel, but I also know that I'm not always right, and I learn a lot of stuff, and it's just hard for me to be mad at people for not agreeing with me because sometimes I have to see the other side of things. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, but that's a normal, rational person. There's
know.
a lot of people.
I probably should be one of those guys. I'm the right way to go and listen to what I say, but don't listen to me. I didn't even finish college. What do I know about these things?
But think if you're like a Rob Schneider, you've done nothing. You were doing nothing, and now you're
still doing nothing.
Right.
Without Adam Sandler, you've done nothing in your career.
Now you're showing up on Fox News as some political pundit, and you're probably selling some more tickets at your shows.
Yeah, and you're doing your new stand-up special on Fox and doing that. So if I was Rob Schneider, I think I would be afraid of being too political where Adam would be like, I don't want you in the movies anymore. Because that's really the only thing you have going for you.
But you were just, you can do it. That's
Right.
a big thing. And Deuce Bigelow.
And then he would, whenever he goes on tour, he takes those guys and does stuff. But that was, what else has Rob Schneider done that hasn't been Adam Sandler, or at least Adam Sandler produced?
Right. Yeah. Right. Without it, he's the Dan Aykroyd of modern day movies.
Yeah.
Without another actor, he's never done a movie that is good.
Because you have guys like David Spade that'll do other stuff. You have Chris Rock that'll do but then does stuff with Adam Sandler.
Right.
I said Deuce Bigelow is the only thing I can think of that was actually funny.
Right, but even that was probably Happy
produced
Gilmore.
by Happy Madison. Yeah.
He was in that movie where he was the girl.
Definitely not a good movie.
Hot Chick.
Hot chick, yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid, but yeah. I'm just saying, that was one of his movies without Adam Sandler.
The Animal. Remember, he turned into animals.
That, I think, was the one where we both made out with the same girl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She was on Survivor
Colleen
or
from
something.
Survivor, I met her at a Super Bowl party here in Tampa.
Little blonde chick?
Yeah, she was adorable. That was one of I was so happy.
You and Rob Schneider.
Me and Rob Schneider, except he got paid to do it.
That's true.
I got to pick a winner, right?
Yes.
All right. Good morning. Who is this?
Nathan Alley.
How you doing, Nathan?
Good.
What do you do for a living, sir?
Project manager for an electric production company.
Damn right. He was a top guy right there, project manager. I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and you pick a prize, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day.
So real quick, I want you to do something, and all you guys can do it with your computer. I was looking at the Hot Chick to see whether it was a Happy Madison production or anything like that, but it came up with the cast. Put in Sam Doumit, Doumit.
Hold on, my thing is stuck. Sam
Doumit. If we were making a movie, who would she play that we know? She would be the actress that would portray.
Oh, Danielle.
Right? As soon as I look, I go, was Danielle in that movie?
Yeah, it does look like her. Wow.
Right? And there's one where she has her hair like Danielle. Yeah. I was like, good Lord, that looks exactly like her.
Yeah.
We should do that. We should cast the station.
The building?
Yeah.
No, because it's going to get bad.
Yeah.
You know who plays Jason Meter?
Yeah.
Who?
I've always said Louis C.K.
He does. They do look just the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I know exactly who else you're going to say.
No, I got a young version, but go ahead.
Oh, from The Office, the manager that's over all of them.
Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah, the guy who was at the head.
Why can't I think
I don't
of
know
his
his name either.
I don't know his name either.
I know who you're talking about.
Where he calls and says he has his kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Guy who's got the glasses.
I was thinking if they did like an early version of the Cox Building and how it came together, and Jason was just a sales guy. He's played by Cousin Greg from
Yeah. That would be good.
All right, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, used jock straps for sale.
Oh, good.
Talk to Chris Rock, and good luck finding it, Magellan.
Never pay full price for a jock strap.
No.
All right, Galvin, as your news. We'll take a quick break, come back, dive right into that next. Craig Gass will be here in the 8 o'clock hour, and Acid Dom will be here to take your legal calls in the 9 o'clock hour. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Looks good right now for your Tuesday morning commute. That's on both sides of the bay, too. Hillsborough and Pinellas County accident-free. That's on 275, 75, as well as I-4. Pinellas County looking good in US 19. Hillsborough County problem-free on the Veterans Expressway as well as the Leroy Salmon Expressway. And so far, so good on the Howard Franklin Bridge, Courtney Campbell Causeway, as well as the Gandy Bridge, and that's running up to speed in both directions. I'm Monica with traffic.
Gas goes up, groceries go up, and yep, so does your power bill. Solar Bear helps you fight back with the first 12 months completely free, protecting you from rising costs. Solar Bear, own your energy. Visit solarbear.com.
Let's talk about these potential looming tariffs on cars, because there's two things you can do to avoid the hit. Number one, buy now from a dealer with a huge inventory like Stingray Chevrolet, because every vehicle that's on their lot now or in transit is pre-tariff. But if you do end up buying a vehicle, if and when these tariffs hit, there's another guaranteed way to offset the price increase, and that is don't pay a dealer fee, because that fee can cost you an additional $1,000 to $1,500. And believe me, most dealers are for sure going to continue to charge it, regardless of the fact that their customers are already going to have to absorb the price increases caused by tariffs. Not at Stingray Chevrolet. Because of their no dealer fee policy, you automatically will save $1,000 to $1,500, and that, my friends, is a great way to offset any potential tariffs. StingrayChevrolet.com, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4, exit 22, Plant City. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit FenceOutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Power up with big savings from Hawkins Service Company this June. Get free surge protection when you spend over $250 on electrical service. You need generator maintenance? You're in luck. It's $50 off this month. Or go big, get $500 off a whole home Generac generator with install. Don't wait until the next storm hits. These offers are good through June 30th only. Call Hawkins today at 813-445-8209 or always online at HawkinsServiceCO.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
Chloe loves softball. Cancer tried to stop her twice. Now she's a force on and off the field. We believe in Chloe's dream because we share it. Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. All we do, all for kids.
At Racetrack, you'll find everything you need to get through the day ahead.
The morning hits hard when you get up early. You're obviously tired and looking surly.
Grab some made-in-store breakfast, freshly ground coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious hot food, and snacks all in one stop.
The day is long and can feel like a grind, but you'll get fully stocked and everything will be fine.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
An all-day haul to get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar this Wednesday night, 7 p.m., Embassy Suites, USF, 3705 Spectrum Boulevard in Tampa, 1-800-875-PASS, CamtechSchool.com.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
Tight on cash? Say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
It doesn't matter where in the world you are, when you eat McDonald's fries, you're home. Day or night, rain, shine, good day or bad, there's something about golden, crispy, medium fries that feels like everything is going to be okay. And now I can get them for free when I spend $1 on any order in the McDonald's app. A deal so good, might as well pair with a classic quarter pounder with cheese or the iconic Big Mac. Get a little taste of home with Mickey D's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 7/31/25 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a week. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
At BrandonHonda.com, we've simplified the way you can buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Visit BrandonHonda.com to unlock the best price on any vehicle in stock. Plus, get your guaranteed credit approval, a real offer on your trade, and calculate your payments right online. And all vehicles come with a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Right now, you can buy with zero down and make no payments for 90 days. Save yourself the hassle and get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-280-0151 for more information.
Mike Calta for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. I'm here with Frank Maldonado, Director of Operations at Lifeguard Imaging. Frankie, our listeners may be familiar with Lifeguard Imaging, but tell us a little bit about Lifeguard Imaging and how you guys are saving lives through early detection.
Well, Mike, as I think you already know in the past, my dad was a surgeon up in Maryland, where I'm from, and tragically lost his life to pancreatic cancer because of a misdiagnosis of a CT scanner. Became kind of a motivation for me to keep his name and his story alive. Opportunity came to utilize early detection scanning, which we do, and it's been a remarkable change.
We often hear the term silent killers. Tell me about these and how Lifeguard Imaging can help detect these before it's too late.
Millions of lives are being lost every year to multiple forms of heart disease and cancer. They call them the silent killers because they don't have symptoms generally until it's too late. We're finding these silent killers at the earliest stages. Patients are surviving.
What are some of the risks our listeners face if they don't get scanned?
It's a simple fact of if you can find a disease at the earliest possible time, you can defeat it. If you don't know about it, you can't. So by getting scanned, we're giving people information they can utilize and again, save their life.
Stop putting this off. You have the chance to take control of your health today. Think early detection as an investment. Just like you would invest in your home or your car to ensure longevity, investing in your health is the best way to ensure you or your loved ones are around you for years to come. The earlier you can detect heart disease or cancer, the better chance you have to treat it. You don't have to die from these silent killers. Lifeguard Imaging is offering our listeners a free heart scan valued at $599 with a few minimum requirements for you and your spouse. Visit lifeguardimaging.com today or call 813-649-5214.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Experience the summer of music with Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. You could win tickets to some of the biggest shows of the year, including Thomas Rhett, The Weeknd, Jason Aldean, or you could win one of dozens of Neutral prizes like coolers and hats. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Just visit any participating Circle K location in Florida and scan the QR code on the Neutral Summer of Music poster to enter.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Hosterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Hot and sticky today with a 40% chance of scattered storms. High temperatures in the lower 90s, but that heat index going to touch 100 degrees again. Steamy tonight with a low of 79, and then the rain chances go up. 60% rain chance for tomorrow afternoon. Again, highs in the lower 90s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to The Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone, 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. Gio, you were quite a hit as burger guy. What? I know you don't like those pictures. So I showed that in solidarity yesterday that I would not let you suffer alone. If you are not on Instagram, get on it right now at the Mike Calta Show. I was laying in bed yesterday in the afternoon. I was taking a nap, and I took a picture of me. I was wearing my glasses, and I had my sleep apnea mask on. So I texted my wife, and I said, "Do you want to have sex?" And she wrote back, "Not really." And I wrote back, "Wait, don't answer yet." And I sent her that picture. I said, "How about now?"
Didn't help?
And it did not help at all. But then I took that picture and I gave it to ChatGPT and I asked it to make me a fighter pilot. And it did. It made me a fighter pilot with my sleep apnea mask on. So that picture is up and available at the Mike Calta Show on Instagram if you want to go give it a little like and Gio.
Yeah, fighter pilot, same as burger guy. It's great. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's a fighter pilot with a sleep apnea mask on. Plus, my face looks so squished and fat, it gave me Chinese eyes.
Yeah, definitely in the same thing.
I love how ChatGPT, though, takes all the things that I've put in it and adds it to another. I didn't ask it to write Pipple Toddler on my helmet, and it just did that on its own.
Yeah, they're saving everything you ever put in there.
Everything.
You love ChatGPT. You love AI.
I do.
You just wanted to take over.
No. I was going to say no, but I'm like, maybe. Maybe.
It's pretty great.
It is pretty great.
Have you seen now that they can do like full videos?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen other people do that. I don't know how to do all that stuff.
Well, yeah. So Google now, their new AI can create full videos with synced up audio and everything. There's this one guy who's been doing like these stormtrooper videos, and it's like these stormtroopers and they're cursing and they're yelling and stuff. It's like these vlogs.
It's pretty amazing.
It looks like a movie.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's insane.
All these people that went to school to make movies and all that stuff now are just talking into their phone and doing it on their own.
And that Google AI, it's like $200. It's I think $250 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I paid $20 a month for this one.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with that. I don't need to be creating movies.
I mean, the videos it's really impressive. That's how they're doing like some of those baby videos and stuff.
Oh yeah. That stuff's cute for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Then it gets annoying. All right, we got a lot of things to talk about. LA. So last year, I was supposed to go on a trip with my son. We were going to go to Vegas. It was my son and Pete and his son. We were going to go to the UFC fight, and then Conor McGregor bailed out of the fight. So we bailed out of the fight, and we didn't go. But in the meantime, I've got like $5,000 worth of airline credit that's going to expire in 5 days. I need to book a flight. I need to book a trip somewhere. I wonder how cheap it is to fly to LA right now. I wonder if I go to fly to LA, if I'm flying in there, I wouldn't go there right now.
Yeah, I wonder does it sway that much?
Yes.
Does it?
Yes. Galvin, here's how I can tell you. I was trying to find Tampa to New York tickets one time to go to the World Series. And the minute the Yankees clinched and won the World Series, the prices went up like $100 because they knew everybody was rushing to the internet to buy tickets. So.
Yeah. I don't know.
What is that noise?
Dog?
No,
it's like
the cadence is too. Joe, will you go out in the hall and see if something's going? No. You hear it?
Yeah, it sounds like a dog bark on a loop.
On a loop. Yeah.
Oh. No, that's a dog.
That's a dog.
Yeah.
Is it my dog?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Sorry. I just want to make sure everything's okay.
Told you it was dog.
Anyway, any updates? Do they have flights?
Looks like, let's see. Let's go cheapest.
No, I can't unhear it.
No, yeah. Oh, $350.
Are you serious?
$394 is the cheapest flight. That's on Frontier Airlines.
Oh, I'm not flying on Frontier.
It's not one stop.
I would pay $600 on United before I paid $300 on Frontier.
Southwest, $500. Let's see.
Yeah, it seems like it should be cheaper. It seems like if you're flying into a war zone, it should be cheaper at this point.
But I don't think like the whole city is a war
it's
zone.
It's L.A. in general. That's what. They're making it look like it's on fire.
But I think it's like kind of centralized to one location where this is going down.
All right. All I'm saying is, if it went down, I might go to L.A. and then drive somewhere else from L.A. if I can get a cheaper flight.
And this is flying out tomorrow.
Oh, right in the middle. I'll wait till the fires get bigger, and then I'll start.
I think it needs to spread throughout the whole city.
Right.
First.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Well, today's top story, the Pentagon is mobilizing an additional 2,000 National Guard troops to Los Angeles on President Donald Trump's order, escalating the ongoing feud with California Governor Gavin Newsom. Earlier, they announced that they had 700 Marines to backstop the National Guard, which Trump ordered deployed this past weekend to quell clashes between demonstrators and law enforcement after immigration raids in the region. Monday night's announcement pushes the number of military personnel mobilized for duty in Los Angeles to approximately 4,800. Newsom blamed Trump for the chaos and said California will send more than 800 additional law enforcement officers to the city to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, so I'm really torn between this. So this is the people demonstrating against ICE, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
And part of me is like, well, look, ICE is doing their job. These people are here illegally. The rule is, blah, blah, blah. And then I watched this video yesterday. The video of the woman getting arrested and deported, and she's the mother of 3 kids, and the husband's like, she's going back now, and I got 3 daughters at home, and I have to work. Like, I don't know how to, and I just saw these families are being ripped apart, and that's just horrible. And it's I couldn't make these decisions as easily as the president seems to be making them because I feel so awful for the people.
Yeah, but it's also, and I completely understand that, but if you're going by rule of law,
I know.
If she would have robbed a bank, the same thing would happen. She'd
right.
be going to
no,
jail.
I get it. But trust me, I get it, and I understand why the amount of illegals here we have are a problem. But there should be some sort of middle ground where we're like, hey, look, if they've I don't know. What's the answer?
Yeah.
They're here.
If they're functioning members of society.
Yeah, but how do you decide who is and who isn't?
And do you know how long it would take to do it that way? It's either black or white.
Well, I mean, they're never going to just get them all out.
No, I know. But I mean, if you're going to try and get a lot out, you're going to have to go, okay, these are the hard and fast rules. Because if you go case by case, then you're like, well, this one, this one goes, this one's, that would take years and years.
And there would be so much corruption there about who gets to stay and who doesn't.
Do I get to stay now? Pass a bag of money over. Well, the protests made it all the way to Tampa. More than 200 people gathered in downtown Tampa on Monday.
Not 200.
Yes. On Monday afternoon to protest ICE raids in Los Angeles and other areas in the country. The protest was called by several groups, although people who appeared to be leaders of the protest would not identify who they were. Well, we're not naming organizations, said one woman who would only identify herself as Dandelion. She carried a bullhorn and screamed in the streets, saying she was there to support the protesters in L.A. Adam Francisco came wearing a Make America Great Again hat. He said, quote, "I'm here to support President Donald Trump. You know, we the people voted for the mass deportation of those that have entered our country illegally." Protesters repeatedly entered Kennedy Boulevard on a red light, but then left once it turned green, standing in front of cars but allowing cars to pass. Eventually,
don't be pussies. If you're going to do it the right way.
Well, they at least got some shoving.
Some balls about you.
No, they at least got some shoving in and stuff. It says eventually the two groups opposing each other did more than scream. Shoving started at a unit of Tampa police officers and Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies stepped in to intervene. The protest began around 3 p.m., mostly ended by 7:30. Some of the people at the protest said, "We'll be back during the summer."
Oh, well, we'll see. Look, you want to go stand outside? Well, it's a heat index of 100. Knock yourself out. See how long you last out there. I would love to take some phone calls and see honestly what people think, because I think we're all on the same page as far as, you want to get the illegals out, but then how do you rip them from their families? How do you go and you get a guy who his family made it over here legally. His kids were born here, so they're American citizens. The mother somehow got her citizenship. The father can't. And he's been working and living there for 5 years now from Guadalajara. And now all of a sudden they just come and yoke him up and take him away from his family. I mean, you have to have some sort of sympathy for that. If he's a productive member of society and he's working and he's trying to get shouldn't there be an easier way to citizenship as opposed to just yanking people away and pulling them away from their families. Not saying that what they're doing is necessarily wrong. It's just sad. It's a sad situation.
Yeah, because it's really just a lottery where you were born. You know, they could have been born in the United States. But the thing is there an easier way? I don't know whether an easier way, but there is a way, which you should have done in the first time.
Right, but we know that system is broken.
Yeah.
We know that system is broken, so we should look at it and we should say, hey, look, I get it. A lot of these people want to come in here and they want to do it the right way, but our right way is so difficult to do that, or decide and coming together as a country and saying we're closed for a little while. We're not taking any more people in there.
There's got to be some way to separate the scumbags and murderers and pedophiles and criminals from people who are trying to really make a life.
Yes, I agree. But I believe we're so far gone at this point that it's hard to differentiate.
So it's all or nothing, basically.
Between who is who. Yeah. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, Mike, good morning. How are you today?
Good. What's happening?
I want to just want to comment a little bit about what's going on in California and L.A. and throughout the country.
Please.
I love how people are omitting the term several times, illegal. They're here illegally. Of course you're going to be separated. You have to be accountable for your own self, whether you speak the language or not. You're here
illegally. All right, but let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, and I don't disagree with you, sir. I'm telling you right out of the gate. I get it. Do you feel the same anger towards an illegal immigrant as you do to somebody who is a bank robber?
Yes.
Why?
The law is the law.
And I know that, but
the word illegal.
I know that, but I'm asking you: would you harbor a bank robber before you harbored somebody who is an illegal immigrant?
I wouldn't aid or assist either one of them.
Yeah. So you're that. And I'm not judging you either. I'm just asking you. You are that set against now. What about people who have been living here illegally for a certain amount of time? Let's say they've been here for 10 years, and now all of a sudden they're just completely uprooted and torn apart from their family. You have no sympathy towards that whatsoever?
No, they've been living in fear the whole time, knowing they do not belong here.
But they're living in fear. But they're living in fear, and they're doing that because the situation that they were born into is so bad that most of the time they were willing to risk their life to get to make the trip over here, or pay their life savings to a guy to drive them over the border. It was so bad where they were that they were willing to come here and fight for it and risk their lives to do it. And you don't think that they deserve any sort of leniency?
I summarize it in one word, Mike: due process.
All right. I got you, sir. Thank you for your call. I appreciate it, buddy.
It was a good build-up, but that was 2 words. Yeah. I thought he was going to say one word, no, but a due process.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning. This is Andy up in Spring Hill. How are you?
Good. What's happening, buddy?
Good. Listen, I'm for law enforcement in New York, okay? Listen, there's illegal immigrants. There's immigrants that came here illegally, but there's two different kinds, okay? There's people that, like you said, come here because they're so miserable in their own country, whether they got to live in fear, whatever. But here's my point. The ones that are here that are working hard for years and years and years, I say give them due process. Give them a chance to become a legal citizen, but have to go through the process while they're here.
Yes.
If they don't go through the process, then deport them. Okay?
Yes, you've given the option. We're giving you the option. You're here, we're giving you the option. Yep.
They're law-abiding citizens. They're working hard. They've moved with their families. They're not doing anything criminal activity. Let them stay. Okay? Because they cut the line, a lot of people are going to be pissed off, but that's all right. Let it be. There's too much. We got too much going on in this country to be worried about that.
I'm not lying. At first, I thought you said because they cut your lawn. You said they cut the lawn.
They cut the line. Yeah, it's a New York accent, man. They're all paid by political influences. That's all that is.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Can't say that word, though. I agree with that. I don't know if that's what you people want to hear or not, but that's how I feel. I feel like if these people are here, I think it's because I spent time in Miami. I lived in Miami for a while. I lived with a Cuban refugee family. Don't get me wrong, they were millionaires now, but they came here as Cuban refugees. They had escaped through Jamaica from Cuba to come here, had to leave everything behind in Cuba, one member was a jeweler, another member of the family was a doctor, and they had to leave everything to get out of Cuba. And they had to come here through Jamaica, and then Jamaica, they had to sneak into here. And then once they were here, they had to become citizens. And they had to seek political asylum, so they were allowed in the country. But they had to go through the process and become citizens. And then they used that citizenship to go to college and become doctors. Was a friend of my family was very instrumental in creating solar panels back in the 70s. I mean, they became productive members of society, all because they came here seeking political asylum from leaving Cuba. So I know a little bit of what it's like for those people who suffered and who want to get out of their country and who want to give their kids a better life and have a chance to come over here. I agree that the ones who come over here, even the ones who snuck over here and have been living here and members of society for years, they deserve a chance to. I don't believe it's cutting the head of the line. I think that they've put in their time. You know what I mean? It's like it's like Diddy. Say Diddy gets sentenced to jail time. He's already going to get credit for all the time that he's been sitting in jail during the trial. That's what I think that they should do. They should give him the credit for the time that they were here. Yeah, Carmen.
Right. But the difference is, like, the family that you're speaking about, how often is that the case? You know what I mean? I'm like, that is not the case for every illegal immigrant that comes over.
Having lived in Miami, I see a lot of the people who also came here seeking political asylum from Cuba that became cleaning ladies and that opened up a small cafe and ended up working for a company that makes tires, and some of them are teachers. Yeah, they're not all going to become college-educated, successful doctors.
But no, I'm not even talking about that.
Some become rapists and murderers.
Right.
Well,
members.
But there was plenty of rapists and murderers in this country before anybody came over either.
Right, but that's also the problem. We're just adding to that criminal activity.
Yeah, but the hard part is you can't look at somebody as they're coming in here to be a citizen and go, you look like rapists.
There's got to be a way to try and separate the two.
But also, look at their record.
Yeah.
If they have a record, they're out.
A lot of times they're not on record because they're not.
Yeah. But if there's plenty of illegals living here who have been arrested 3-4 times for things that are criminal.
Yeah.
And those are the people that you can say, look, you got a history, you're out.
A lot of times there's no way to find out the records of these people other countries
before they come over here.
You don't know what they did before they got there. And then you find out they were gang members and they were rapists and they were murderers and they're criminals.
And a lot of times they'll just pick them up on something, whatever charge it is and stuff, and just deport them. They don't even serve any time in here, and then they come back and do something else, and then they don't even have them on record.
You also have to take into consideration, and it's much easier to just say, no, they're illegal and kick them out, but you also have to take into consideration that some of these people who are gang members, it's a lot of times like you go to jail. You don't want to be a gang member in jail, and you don't want to be racist in jail, but you're hanging out with the white guys when you go to jail because you don't want to get your ass kicked every day.
Yeah.
So these people are becoming gang members in their own country because that's the only way that they can survive. You know, and some of these places that's the only way that you can live.
But you were saying about them here for a certain amount of time, and then they go through the process and do everything. And listen, I get it. Like, I understand that. And if they're wind up being a productive member of society, you're like, okay, these people did it not the right way, but at least they're putting in the effort and doing that stuff. But that's also equating it to somebody who goes and robs a bank and then invests that money well and makes money off that. And then you go, well, you robbed the bank.
But I don't equate it to
But then they go, oh, well, we'll give you that $1 million back. That's
but I don't
equate
it. It's
but you're saying it's serving time like P. Diddy. That's not the same thing.
No, but what I'm saying is you living here and you being a member of society, a productive member of society without your citizenship for the last 5 years, that should count for something.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying about the time that they were in here illegally. They were already in here illegally.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They're here illegally. They've lived here for 5 years. They are one piece of paper away from being an American citizen. It's not because they didn't want to get it. They couldn't afford to get it.
It's not a violent crime.
It's not a violent crime.
But also, how do you measure who's a productive member of society?
By who's working and paying their taxes. It's a simple thing. If you come here, you have no criminal record, you're working and you're paying your taxes, you're fine.
But just like you're saying the system's broken to get in, that system, it would just take forever to figure out.
But what's the best thing to do? Start just individually ripping people away from their families, taking mothers out of a family and supporting her back. I know you're not. I know.
I don't know what the answer is, but there's like I was saying, you right now have to go hard and fast rules. It's just this or this. You can't be wishy-washy, whatever, because if you are, that's going to take the longest process.
So I know what the law is, and I know that these people are here illegally. I'm not saying that that's the thing. So now we're in L.A. because we know the governor and the president do not get along. So we're doing this in every state now? I mean, in Miami, there's still plenty of people down there that are illegal. Are we going to go to Oregon and start ripping people out of their family there?
I think a lot of it is political posturing.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But also, I mean, to give it to Trump, This is what he got elected for. This is what the people wanted him for.
He said this is what he was going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of it is political theater. It's for show.
Right, but it's for show, and it's for votes, and it's for politics.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, it's destroying the lives of people, not just the people either that are the illegals. What about if you're a property owner in Los Angeles? What if you're just an average citizen in Los Angeles and can't operate on a day-to-day basis because now 5,000 Marines are coming in to handle a situation that's gotten so far out of control?
Yeah,
and it's only going to get worse.
Or has it gotten under control? We don't you don't even know what to believe when you see these news reports.
I've seen a lot of fire.
Yeah,
that seems to be good enough for me.
Yeah, but like when I watch these reports, I don't know who to believe. Is it worse? Is it better? Is it not that bad? Is it horrible? You know, because one channel says it's not that bad, the next channel says this is the worst thing that's ever happened to California.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends on who you ask.
Exactly. So what's the truth of it? You know,
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. I was calling in reference to the illegal citizens that are coming in.
Yeah, go ahead. Just lower your radio. What do you got?
Okay. I have to say that if you were paying attention and watching, they're not throwing every illegal alien out. They are ciphering through the bad and the good.
How are they
and
doing
the bad
that?
ones
How are they doing
records are going because they're checking them. They're making sure those with records are gone. That's what they're doing.
That's not the only
Those
people that they're
have
throwing. Listen, if you pay attention, which I did yesterday,
I am paying attention.
you
I
are clearly
watched
not paying. You are seeing what you want to see is what you're doing, and you got to learn how to lower your radio. They're not only taking the people out there with criminal records. I watched it yesterday. They were taking away. If you want to consider them being illegal, a criminal record, that's what they're doing. It's not everybody out there. They're not going door to door. Look, hey, Julio here. Yeah, Julio. You're okay, but you got arrested for dealing drugs once you're gone. That's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing at all. And don't talk to me like that if you pay attention. I'll smack you right in your mouth.
Attention.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey guys, isn't when a Cuban refugee hits American soil, don't they immediately become citizens?
I don't think they become citizens. They're able to seek political refugee here. They're able to seek refugee. What am I saying?
Political asylum.
Political asylum. Thank you.
Okay, and the one question I got, if they want to draw some sympathy, how about stop waving the Mexican flags and everything else? Wave American flags if you want to draw some sympathy.
100%, sir. I am with you on that all day. If a lot of people I was reading yesterday, there's a lot of Mexicans, a lot of Spanish, a lot of Asians, and there. Once you become here, it's about becoming American once you become here. And I think that's what pisses the most people off. If you want to wave your Mexican flag, then go back to goddamn Mexico.
Exactly. I mean, if you're escaping that country or if you want a better life, why are you throwing that in our face as you're burning our cars?
The country that chewed you up and spit you out so that you had to come here and try to make a life for yourself and your family. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. 100%. Thank you, sir.
But, okay, now let's say...
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm just asking.
No, I'm just kidding.
Because you said, like, if we're going to go through, if we're going to sift through the people, and let's say they're productive members of society, they work and pay their taxes, but they're waving the Mexican flag. Do they get deported for being illegal because they don't support America? Or
No, you have to support America, but I mean, you
also have freedom of speech.
Listen, I'm a very proud Italian. You know what I mean? I'm very proud of my heritage. You can still be proud of being Mexican and being who you are. But when you're out there in the street during a protest and you're waving a Mexican flag or any other country's flag, that's an act of aggression.
But
that's going out there
you're
and
also
saying
burning the American flag too.
There's a big difference.
Right, but again, I'm not saying someone who burned anything. I'm saying someone who has a job, pays their taxes, but now they're waving the Mexican flag in protest. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem. Where
but
you draw
like
the
Gio
line.
said, you have freedom of speech. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, that's protected by the Constitution. You can do that.
Right, but I'm just saying if we're like trying to figure out who gets to stay and who gets to go and who has to go.
Yeah, you can't.
Like,
you get to stay. If you get to wave whatever flag you want, you can go out there with a Klan flag in this country if you want to. That's not how you make the decision.
They should get deported too. I mean, we're going to be honest.
I mean, that's against the Constitution, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm
not voting for you, Carmen.
We're taking people's rights away. No.
I don't know. I guess this is what we're calling her now. Swedish campaigner, Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How dare you, was deported from Israel on Tuesday. The Israeli Foreign Ministry said the day after the Israeli Navy prevented her and a group of fellow pro-Palestinian activists from sailing to Gaza.
It's not so cute anymore when she's not a little kid.
No, and she's
rough
looking. Yeah, she's scary.
She's all about.
What is she doing? What was she doing?
You were going to sail into Israel and
you let her go.
Yeah,
let her go.
Yeah,
let her go. See how that works out.
The Florida Panthers, after beating the Edmonton Oilers in double overtime in Game 2, have evened the series at 1 game apiece. No, that's not true.
2-1.
They won 2-1.
Yeah,
this is wrong. The Panthers clobbered the Oilers 6-1 last night to take a 2-1 lead in the Stanley Cup. Florida hosts Edmonton on Thursday on June 12th at 8 p.m. for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final.
I'm not watching any of it.
Oh, I've been watching it. It's been great, man.
I know.
There was so many fights last night. It was banana, and not like this. These two guys are fighting. Everybody on the ice was fighting. Sure. It was like somebody hit somebody, and they just started.
I think that's the Panthers' game, though. They get in their head, and that's what they do.
They
totally
now that
the
do.
Rat's there.
Yeah.
They totally do, and the Oilers couldn't handle it. And the announcers were even talking about it. They go, if the Oilers are letting them get to the Panthers, letting them get to them like this, they're not going to have a chance in this series because that's what the Panthers do.
That's what they did to the Lightning, I feel.
By the way, the Rat had a goal 54 seconds into the first period, so he scored the overtime goal in the last game and then scored the first goal in this game in like 54 seconds.
Yeah, well, I say Panthers in 5. Man, that was a brutal ass beating.
I called Oilers in 6, but Jesus, the Panthers are crushing. It's unbelievable.
Like they just dominate teams. It's crazy.
If you would like some hockey memorabilia, well, you can buy yourself a used jockstrap if you want to. Actually, a bunch of different stuff. The Tampa Bay Lightning are set to host a locker room sale this Saturday on the Pepsi porch at Amalie Arena.
That's cool.
Yeah, all attendees will have a chance to purchase game-used equipment and player-worn apparel. Proceeds will benefit the Lightning Foundation. Fans can also visit the Tampa Bay Sports Sidewalk Sale and save up to 50% on select items. The locker room sale is Saturday and starts at 9 a.m.
Yeah, we were just talking about this a couple of weeks ago, weren't we? Right?
Well, the Rays,
Lightning used to do this. Yeah,
the Rays did the thing. Yeah, so
this is great. This is where my son bought. I bought my son Anton Stroman's glove. And then later on, Stroman saw it and he was like, he recognized it. He was like, yeah, that's my glove. And he signed it for Joey. And yeah, it's a great opportunity for you to get stuff also to use if you're a kid. And I mean, they use these things one time and then they're done.
Right. Yeah. But it'd be very cool to have some, Vassy jersey, from whatever game, this, that.
If it's anything like the Rays one they did a couple weeks ago, get there early.
Oh, yeah. You
the Rays sold out of everything by like noon.
Yeah, this starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday, so you can go check it out. It's at the Amalie Arena. It's on the Pepsi porch.
That's
and they're
very
going to be out front there, too, as well. The New York Times did a story on how rich people are doing fine water tastings, and I'd like to be involved in this. It tastes different depending on the mix of minerals, and some types go for hundreds of dollars a bottle. A recent fine water competition featured one made from the mist collected in a pine forest in Tasmania. I would like to try that for
Me
sure.
too.
Right?
And then also put in extra water from the toilet and see if you can tell the difference.
Well, yeah, I guess you could do that and try it out and stuff. But yeah, that I think that would be great to try out the mist from the pine forest. According to a new report, the average American only gets 9.5 hours to themselves every month.
Oh, that's not true.
Which is not a lot. That's 570 minutes. But if you break it down, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes per week or 20 minutes per day. 20 minutes per day.
I think I get a lot
by yourself. I get a lot. I think I get a lot of time where I'm by myself. Gio may not.
No.
Yeah, you got young kids. So, I mean, my daughter.
No, my kids are old.
Oh, how old's your daughter?
15.
Oh, I thought she was like my daughter's age.
No.
Oh, so you should be getting time away from your kids. That's about when they leave you.
Yeah, I mean, they're always around the house.
Yeah, but see, mine are. Mine want to go out. They want to be like, I don't know. I never see Joey. Every time I see Joey, I look at him and I go, there's a rare appearance in my kitchen right now.
The most common thing that gets in the way are family obligations, work commitments, financial constraints, social obligations, or guilt. people would be willing to cough up a major cash for a full day of peace and quiet. The average American would pay $2,521 for a totally free day.
Oh, my wife works from home. She's an office at home, and she does online like telehealth things.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a sound machine in the hallway that creates like white noise so that you don't hear what she's talking about in the room. So I couldn't be more alone. Like she's just in that one room. I got the whole run of the house.
The report also says people would be willing to pay an average of $340 for just 1 extra hour of sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I feel like I've been getting my naps in. I feel like I've been getting good sleep.
If they had an alarm that went off and then a button next to it, that if you hit the button, it was $340, but you got an extra hour of sleep.
I'd be broke.
How many? You'd be like,
I'd be broke.
There's some days I would definitely hit it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would.
If there was a button that said, "Hey, the show starts at 8 today instead of 6," I'd hit the button.
But
$200.
It's $340 every time you hit that button. I don't know.
There were times that my alarm goes off and I'm just laying there. I'm wide awake, just laying there, and I don't feel like moving.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I can hear the dart thing, and I'm like, "Oh, Galvin's here," and I still am just laying there. I don't feel like moving.
It's funny because I'll show up sometimes it's completely dark, and I'm like, gonna have to text him.
Well, I feel like you've been getting here a little early.
No, today I was actually, I think, a couple minutes later.
Really?
Than
I just moving slow.
Yeah.
I'm moving
One
slow.
of these days you're going to have to go up there.
No. A lot of times I get up really early and I just don't feel like moving, and then all of a sudden I start hearing doors and alarms. And I'm like, all right.
I'm letting you know I'm never going up there.
You got to.
Yeah.
No. This guy can go up there and get a belly full of lead. I am not going up there. I'll text you. I'll call you. I may even open the garage door and go, Mike. Hello? You know, do one of those. But I'm never walking up there doing any of that.
You just go up there and you just kink the hose of the machine.
Hey, Maverick, it's time to get up. A 21-year-old man got arrested right here in Clearwater, Florida on Sunday after he called 911. He was at Oz Gentlemen's Club. He called 911 because why? What do you think?
Girl told him she was going to give him a lap dance, took his money, didn't give him a lap dance.
No, that's not what happened.
I'm going to say
the opposite happened.
Oh.
Yeah, he had like 5 lap dances and didn't want to pay for them.
That's one, but that's not it. Joe, any idea?
No, I'll go with that theory.
Well, that's wrong.
That was wrong.
Yeah. Carmen, any 21-year-old got arrested over at Oz Gentlemen's Club. He called 911. What happened?
Because the dancer stole his drink.
Oh, no. It happened because this guy is originally from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, no.
Which doesn't have strip clubs. So he's probably not familiar with how they do things here. He told 911 that he, quote, requested sex from a staff member, gave them $300, but then they took him to a private room and did not have sex with them.
Oh.
$300 is the price of their 30-minute VIP champagne room package.
Wait a second. 30 minutes. Let me process it. 30 minutes for $300.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's a little pricey, but what I would expect sex too.
What?
For $300?
$300?
Well, what am I going to get for a half hour? This girl just grinding on me?
Why are you going in there for? I mean, who's? You know what I mean? Like,
no.
I don't want to go into the champagne room for 30 minutes and not have sex, so I'm not paying $300.
That's what I'm saying. If I pay $300, I expect some sex.
Oh, I was gonna say if you expect sex for $300,
not sex, but maybe a HJ.
You're not with the girl that you're with is probably someone you would not want to have sex with.
Okay,
I would imagine.
So hold on. I pay $300 to go into the room, and then I give her another $200, or I give her $100 or something. That's $400 for a little HJ.
Listen, there's definitely places where I'm sure
Can you
that's
tell me where
happening
those
all the
places
time. Well, let's find out what happened to this guy. So $300 is the price for the 30-minute VIP champagne room package. He was still on the phone with the cops when they got there. They said he smelled like booze and was slurring his words. Turned out he just turned 21 last week. So they arrested him for misusing 911 and released him the same day on a $500 bail. So he was, just from Saudi Arabia. And
he thought he was getting robbed.
Here's $300.
Right.
She didn't have sex with me. What's going on?
Yeah, that was the deal.
Yeah.
That was the deal.
But it wasn't the deal.
Well, in his mind, it was
right?
the deal.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, no, this is what we do. We rip you off $300.
Yeah.
Not that they're ripping them off.
Right? No, but we grind you in the room for 30 minutes.
So that's if you don't know what a strip club is, you just found out the hard way.
I haven't been to Oz in probably 15 years.
Yeah.
I don't even. Do they serve alcohol in there, or he just smelled like booze?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, maybe. Pinellas County is usually.
Yeah, but it depends on the thing. Yeah, whether it's full nude or not or whatever. And it's so funny because like this one can be full nude and serve alcohol. And then you go across the street and they're like, yeah, we can't.
What's the one in
Pasco? You can serve full alcohol
only in certain areas, like that one that found the loophole. What's the one on 19?
Gold Club.
No.
The one next to it.
Bear Assets.
Bear Assets.
Oh, Bear Assets.
Bear Assets is the one that's full nude and full alcohol.
But there's the one where one part, like the back is full nude, the front is bikini with a bar.
Is it? Oh,
it's the one by Gold Club. But
that's out on Adamo Drive you're talking about.
I think it depends on what county you're in.
Yeah.
There was the one that was out on Adamo Drive that I got the lap dance from with Ralphie, where the girl was like, "You didn't even realize I was pregnant." I went, "Oh no, I did. I sure did. I realized that when it was too late, and I felt the baby kick."
Oh,
yeah.
You have to pay extra for that.
No,
yeah.
And she's like, "You didn't even know, did you?" Like, well, yeah, I knew. I mean, I had no choice. Ralphie put me with you and made me feel weird. I couldn't be like, "No, she's got a baby in there."
Isn't Oz like in an old Pizza Hut?
Well, no, it wasn't Oz. Oz is great. Oz has had nothing but hot chicks.
I think the building is actually an old red roof Pizza Hut.
But Oz, I'll tell you, I haven't been there in a long time, but I remember Oz having hot chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm dying to go to a strip club. I've been dying to go to a strip club lately. I don't know why.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Dive bars, strip clubs,
gambling,
churros,
pizza.
I'm off the rails.
Yeah.
I might even try meth.
He's trying to force us to get breakfast, Carmen.
Yeah.
I did. I go last break. I was like, what are we getting breakfast? And nobody yipped up. So I'm like, no, I guess not.
We should get breakfast.
I'll do breakfast.
It's too late now.
Oh.
No.
I'll do my own breakfast.
Perfect.
How are you with directions?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like if you can drop me anywhere and I'll figure out how to get back, I can tell you. Yeah, I'm pretty good. There's the only area I don't know around here is like St. Pete Beaches kind of area. Get me a little confused.
I'm pretty terrible with directions.
Are you really?
Yeah.
When you drove by Tropicana Field?
Yeah.
Every time when you first moved here?
Not only that, but like even with GPS, I'm pretty bad. My wife.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Because it'll like say, half a mile, whatever, and then it'll be like 500 feet. And I'm like, well, that's not 500 feet. It can't be this way. And then I go past it. And
you're arguing with the GPS. It's not your sense of direction. It's the fact that you've got to be right all the time.
No, it's just I don't. I can't figure it out. I'm bad with it. Only 53% of people believe they'd be excellent or good at navigating roads without turn-by-turn GPS directions.
I was fine with a map.
Yeah.
Like I knew how to read a map, and I can. I've
always been bad. Yeah, even with MapQuest, I'm like,
you know why?
I don't know.
You weren't a Boy Scout.
Yeah,
I learned how to read a map in Boy Scouts.
Yeah. 72% claim they're very good at reading physical or digital maps.
Yeah, I'm good there.
I'm not. I'm bad at it, and that's And my wife gets mad, and I go, I admit that I'm bad.
Right.
I go, you don't have to still be mad. I know that I can't find this. I go, I don't know.
My wife. We used to live in Tampa, right off of Tampa Road, and she one time got lost inside the community where we lived.
Oh, yeah.
Right when we first moved in, she called me and she goes, "I'm embarrassed to say this, but I'm in." I go, "Yeah, go here." And she goes, "I can't. I've been driving around for 20 minutes. I can't figure out how to get out."
I will tell you, it maybe 6 months ago, I stopped using my GPS in here to get to your house.
Wait, what?
Listen. I do have, I pick up one of Juliana's friends to go to volleyball.
Yeah.
And I, for the first time, went in there without my GPS the other day because it's so many twists and turns. And I had to keep checking which ones to do.
And now it's so funny because it's so easy. It's literally straight, take a right, take a left.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so easy. But when first doing it and it's, black, pitch black out and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know where. And easy now. Well, if you're hungry, this isn't going to help. Chipotle has a new dip for the first time in 5 years. It's Adobo Ranch. They say it's a smoky, spicy twist on America's favorite dressing.
All right. I'm in.
I would try that.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of that on a chicken burrito.
For some reason, every time I go to Chipotle, the inside is filthy dirty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't go
That's
inside.
surprising
Go to the
because
drive-thru.
most of them are so new.
Yeah, like the last couple of times I've gone there, I'm like, there's especially the one that's up there by the outlet malls in Wesley Chapel. Like the place is a dump.
Oh, really?
Trash cans overflowing, tables not like just gross. We walked in there, we walked out like this place is disgusting.
Gross.
Yeah,
I've not had that experience.
yeah. Maybe it's just that one. I don't know, but man, they just need to look around and clean up a little bit.
Some very sad news. This is sad news for sure because I love these guys. Legendary funk rock pioneer Sly Stone passed away after a battle with COPD.
Yeah, but he's been like out of the public eye for the last 50 years.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, listen, we have the music, which is great.
Yeah.
So we have the music and stuff. But yeah, he was great. 82 years old, Sly.
That's a pretty good life.
Yeah. And he was doing some weird stuff.
A lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of different sex stuff and everything. Oh, he was definitely getting sex in the champagne.
Oh, yeah.
You and I will know about this because we used to watch it all the time. Sorry, I can't clear my throat. The cast of Days of Our Lives had to film the funeral for John Black while the actor who played him, Drake Hodgson, was literally dying of pancreatic cancer.
He died. Both Romans are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Wayne
So
Northrup
he was
is
the
dead,
Roman,
too.
but it was John Black, whatever. Yeah. So they had to film his funeral while he was dying of cancer. Yeah. So this is what it's going to be like, I guess.
Jesus.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? I don't like that at all.
Although people, I would imagine people think about they want to know what their funeral is going to be like.
Yeah.
I don't.
Would you have a living funeral?
I kind of did. I mean, that was the idea behind the roast. But, I mean, nah. Like, I don't need to hear people say nice things about me, especially under duress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. I really want my death to be as less fanfare as possible. My mom died, and my mom was not. She didn't really want anything, whatever. So my brother kind of put together a funeral thing. And not in a non-funeral home environment. You know what I mean? It was like in a hall somewhere, and it ended up being really nice. Like it was good, but I didn't expect it. I don't really even want that. Unless my family wants that. Like I don't want anything. I'm dead. I don't need people to get up there and talk about what a great guy I was. I'm dead. Unless that's going to help you somehow. You get up there and share stories and do stuff and cry with other people. If that makes you happy, then do whatever you got to do.
What if, to get wherever you're going afterwards, people have to say nice stuff, kind of like Santa's sleigh?
Yeah. Oh, did you get it? Did you get it?
I don't think
so. Come on, Miyagi.
Yeah.
Get him some chopsticks, will you? Yeah. If that's the case, then I need to push me up where I need to go. Yeah.
Going up there. Are Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce married?
No.
How do you know?
Because I'm friends with her dad. He would have told me.
Secretly married?
I say yes.
A wedding planner for a Chicago Bears player accidentally revealed a video, and it was a letter that was addressed to Taylor and Travis Kelce, in elegant calligraphy with Table 13 assignment on it. So they were invited to the wedding, and it said Taylor and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, but that just might be somebody who jumped the gun a little.
I don't know.
Probably going to get married, I think.
They should.
Yeah.
They should.
Sydney Sweeney, you said not so hot.
Not that she's not hot. She's not new for me.
Something about her, and she loves to show them off.
Yeah. I'm not
loves
saying
to
she's
show
not
'em off.
attractive. It's just not my style.
There is a picture of her the other day, and she was wearing like kind of one of those Marilyn Monroe dresses that's up here, but it has like the big bow, whatever, but her boobs were like, cleavage and everything, and she was pressing against the window, and I was like, oh, she loves showing them off.
I like a good dark-haired girl with tattoos.
Listen, so do I, but there's something about Sydney Sweeney that I like. She gained more than 30 pounds to play. She's doing the biopic of Christy, the coal miner's daughter, Martin.
Right.
In an upcoming biopic. She said that all of it went to her boobs and ass.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Yeah.
But it's so funny because if you know who Christy Martin is, she has to be so happy that Sydney Sweeney's playing her because she's not what they would say was a looker.
She looked a lot like Marla Hooch from A League of Their Own.
Yeah. So that's quite the upgrade. It's got to be good whenever you have like Jordan Belfort, who's an attractive guy, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
But to have Leo DiCaprio playing,
That was, I would say that was pretty comparable.
Yeah. But also, like, think of the different people who have had people play them. I wonder if they agree or disagree, or they're like, "Oh yeah, all right, that's pretty good."
Oh, if you're in a movie, if you're a criminal and they're like, they're going to make a movie, and you're like, oh man, this is going to make it worse, and I'm like, De Niro's going to play you.
Yeah, yeah,
That's not so bad.
exactly. Since
who would you want to play you in the movie?
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, I see that. I see somebody's thought about his movie before.
We've talked about this before.
I don't know who I'd want now. I used to always say
Vince Vaughn or Jason Bateman. I think would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Chris Hemsworth definitely playing me.
Oh,
I mean,
playing you.
Playing me.
Is that the guy who plays Thor?
Chris Hemsworth, yes.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
what?
disagree with that.
You guys don't see it?
No.
Who would be a realistic Geo?
Realistic Geo. Who's playing Geo? Oh, Matt Damon.
The other guy. Not Matt Damon.
Jesse
Yeah,
Plemons,
the guy from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
The guy we affectionately call retarded Matt Damon.
Yeah.
That guy.
Oh, that's just playing me. All right, cool.
Right, yeah.
I'm still sticking with Chris Hemsworth.
Well,
I don't know. I used to say Artie Lang, but Artie Lang, even I'm in better shape than Artie Lang now. I don't know who.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Okay, let's go with that.
Yeah, that's good.
Whoa, this is quite the cast.
Carmen, I told you before, and I meant it as a compliment. Carmen's kind of wish Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Or Kaylee Cuoco. I
Yeah.
do that a
Yeah.
lot. I'll take either one of those.
For Carmen, I'm casting Anna Faris.
Okay. I mean, if we couldn't get the other two.
Yeah.
If our budget didn't allow us to get the other two.
By the way, it took me 3 times. Have you seen Anna Faris, the commercial? I think it's Walmart or something, whatever, and she has pink eye. It took me 3 times to even realize the reference that they were making there.
Yeah.
The Ferris Bueller. Yeah.
Carmen.
Yeah.
If they were going to play, Carmen, we had Sydney Sweeney lined up to play you. And then they come back and they're like, yeah, no, we spent all our money getting Vince Vaughn to play Galvin. So we're going to have to go down to Ferris.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am looking at pictures. For Geo, there was one good picture of Woody Harrelson.
A younger Woody Harrelson would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad by that.
Ed Norton from American History X. Who plays Joe then? I mean, we got it. It's Griffin Dunn.
It's Griffin
Dunn.
All day.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
it was too much like him.
It's his role of a lifetime for him.
I think you're the same age.
Yeah. They did a Battle of the Planets for our show. Remember the old school with the TV show Battle of the Planets?
Yeah.
And Joe looks just like Griffin Dunn.
Yeah. That's funny. So Father's Day is coming up. So let's take a look at the movies with fathers in it. What do you think the favorite dads from movies?
Godfather.
The best dads in movie history. Godfather?
Vito Corleone.
Yeah? You think he's in there?
No.
He's not in the top 10.
No?
No, he's not in the top 10.
Best dads in movie history. Dads. Like I always think of that to be a TV thing.
I can start you out. Number 10, Eugene Levy from American Pie series.
Okay.
Oh, I put him way higher.
Yeah, he comes in number 10.
This is just movies, movie dads?
This is just movie dads.
Movie dads. What about Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey, liar. No, not in there. Not in there.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase.
Vacation.
Yeah.
From Vacation, Clark Griswold comes in at number 2.
Ooh.
Number 2, yeah.
Who's a better dad?
Than Clark Griswold?
I got to tell you, this one's pretty good. It makes sense whenever you think of what this dad had to go through for his daughter, and you'll get number 1.
For his daughter.
But there's some other ones in here if you want to go through some.
Steve Martin in there?
Steve Martin is in here for Gil Buckman from Parenthood. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's I was thinking
What?
Father of the Bride.
Well, that was Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I love that.
What else you got?
So number 9 is John Quincy Archibald, Denzel Washington, and John Q. Public.
Oh, yeah.
Or John Q, rather. And then you have Robert De Niro from Meet the Parents, Jack Burns.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Jack Talk Tie.
Jack Talk Tie, real good. You have Chris Gardner, Will Smith from The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah. Oh.
Really? That's a good father?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
living in a subway bathroom.
No.
Sounds like a terrible father.
His wife left him and left him with the kid. It's just a sad movie.
This one, a very underrated movie, and if you don't watch it around Christmas time, you're missing out. Jingle All the Way. Howard Langston, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who has to get the toy for his kid.
Great movie.
Great. Sinbad, so good in that movie. Sinbad was so good in there. Number 4, Harry Stamper, Bruce Willis, Armageddon. Yeah, saving the world for everybody. This one, number 3, this is best dads in movie history. Number 3 is Daniel Hillard. That was the character's name.
Daniel Hillard.
There was a drive-by fruiting.
Oh, from
Robin Williams from Mrs. Doubtfire. Joe, you got number 2, Clark Griswold, Chevy Chase in the Vacation series. And number 1.
Better than Clark Griswold.
Best dad in movie history. When I say it, I think you're going to go, oh, yeah, because of everything you had to go through. Brian Mills is the character's name. Sound familiar?
No.
He has a particular set of skills.
Oh yeah.
Liam Neeson from Taken. Yeah.
Yes.
He goes the whole movie. He's fighting people and everything to get his daughter back.
Yeah. Just the fact that he took that long flight over there.
By the way, have you seen the trailer for the new Police Squad for the
yes, Naked Gun?
Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that looks like it's going to be dumb funny.
Yeah, like I don't know that I'm going to go to the movie theater to see it, but it definitely good choice for Liam
The fact
Neeson.
that he's a little girl and he
Yeah.
stands up like like he has a costume on that makes him smaller. Liam Neeson was on what was the show? It was the show with Ricky Gervais and what's his name? The little
short one. The
short something like that. Whatever. But Liam Neeson was on there and he said he wanted to start doing comedy, but he played it super serious.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And he does a joke about AIDS.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't think, he was so funny on there. So I think he's going to do really well.
Yeah, he's so deadpan that it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Did you ever see whenever, how they do lookalikes at different, like at the hockey game or at the this and that, whatever, and they'll show a character from a TV show or movie, whatever, and then they show the person. And sometimes they show the actual person is at the game or whatever.
Yeah.
And they did that with Liam Neeson, and it was this picture from Taken, and then they go to a shot from him, and he's on the phone just staring at the camera. And I was like, oh, that's so good. Well, there you go. That is it for news.
All right, Galvin, thank you. We will take a break. Our guest, Craig Gass, is he make it in the end here?
Craig Gass is here.
Oh, are you sure?
Must have talked to Mike.
Positive.
All right, we'll take a break, and Craig Gass will join us in the studio next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Guys with ponytails, girls that think they're models, people that don't know how to Google something, and of course, ventriloquists. No one is safe when it comes to an open letter from Galvin.
Seriously?
Hear a brand new open letter from Galvin live every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on The Mike Calta Show. And go check out all the past open letters from Galvin at theboneonline.com. Sponsored by Zero Res. Zero Res. All they leave is clean. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Hillsborough and Pinellas County in very good shape so far this morning. It's other counties that are having issues right now. Pasco County with the wreck eastbound State Road 52. It's at Suncoast Parkway. Crews on the scene there, so use caution. They do have some lanes blocked off. That's causing some backups. Give yourself extra time if you're headed in that direction. Also, Lakeland with issues. Bartow Highway at North Crystal Lake Drive. All lanes are blocked there. Crews are redirecting traffic, though. There are very big delays in that area. Avoid it all completely if you can. I'm Monica with traffic.
You know, it's interesting. Car insurance commercials tend to focus on the simple fixes. A busted windshield, a banged up bumper. What about the human damages like pain and suffering? Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys won't let big insurance forget about your pain. For a Farah fight, you know who to call. Tampa. Looking for top quality fencing in Florida? Fence Outlet has been the state's fencing expert for over 30 years. With 8 convenient locations, we offer a wide variety of styles and colors to enhance your property's security and curb appeal. Go to fenceoutlet.com to book your free estimate. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Mike Calta for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. June is Men's Health Month, so let me hit you with some truth. Heart disease and cancer are the top 2 killers of men, and most of the time, you won't even feel it coming. 1 in 2 men will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. Heart attacks, most are silent and deadly. But here's the thing. Lifeguard Imaging can detect heart disease, hundreds of forms of cancer, and more before symptoms even show up. Their high-accuracy CT scans are fast, painless, and can literally save your life. I got mine, and the peace of mind is unmatched. Right now, just for Bone listeners, when you join their legacy program, you'll get a second membership for 50% off. It's perfect for your spouse, a buddy, or someone you care about. 60% of men say they don't go to the doctor unless something feels wrong. But by then, it could be too late. And when a husband or father gets sick, it rocks the entire family. So step up and be the guy who gets ahead of it. Take the guesswork out of your health. Go to lifeguardimaging.com today. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
Hey, it's Captain Zach Stern from Tampa Bay Fishing Radio. It's heating up, and I'm not just talking about the weather. I'm talking about Rivard Buick GMC's quest to be the #1 GMC dealer in the country. With the help of customers from Tampa Bay and all over the state trusting Rivard for the purchase of their new vehicle, they're closer than ever to that #1 spot. To ensure Rivard Buick GMC gets that #1 spot, they have over 1,000 vehicles in stock and the biggest discounts they've ever had, like up to $14,000 off MSRP on new Sierras. Visit RivardBuickGMC.com today and take advantage of their hunt to be #1. GMC, we are professional grade.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hey, it's JP, and my friends at Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you could trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
People are loving what's happening now at IDC. Free financing till the year 2030. That's right. Now for a limited time, you can get the lowest finance rates in America. 0% for 5 whole years on just about every piece of jewelry in our showroom. So you can get that $8,000 engagement ring and pay just $134 a month. Or that $4,000 pair of diamond stud earrings, just $67 a month. International Diamond Center makes it happen with this incredible limited time offer. Just pick any item and spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, designer jewelry, colored gemstones, even certified diamonds are included. Whether your budget is $2,000 or $200,000, this is the smartest way to buy. Hurry in to take advantage of this once-a-year event. 0% financing rates till 2030, store-wide, only at International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
John Senning here. Are you ready to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Well, pick up your phone right now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Pin Chasers is a guaranteed good time this summer. Get out of that heat, get out of the rain, get into some air-conditioned fun. 4 area locations for you. 1 in Pasco, 1 in Brandon, 1 off the Hillsborough Veterans, and 1 on Armenia. Go to pinchasers.net to check out their nightly specials and to reserve a lane. Always free shoe rental, free socks as well at Pin Chasers.
Bowling, food, and fun at Pin Chasers.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. $30 billion was set aside for meso victims, and in most cases, your claim is settled out of court without a jury trial. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called Select Quote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with Select Quote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
On the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers in the 9 o'clock hour. Ask the Dom will be here to take your legal calls right now in the studio with us. Just approximately 24 hours late. Our friend Craig Gass is here.
It's my fault.
Oh, it's Craig back in his cocaine flash days.
Yep.
Listen to me. I first of all, I'm like the easiest guy to deal with, and second of all, it's better, that you were able to come in another day. And then the other thing is, I get it. It's the reason why I didn't go to Metallica on Sunday was because I didn't want to get up to come and do the show on Monday. So that's why I only went on Friday. So I get 2 nights of Metallica is enough to wear you out. You're gonna need a break.
Yeah, it was just triggering for me because I'm a radio guy. And I used to have a bad cocaine problem.
Right.
And so sleeping through...
by the way, add that to the list of things I don't never believe in your stories. You say you have a cocaine problem. I've never seen you drink, do drugs, or anything. You've been sober.
20 years.
Right.
Now,
So you could just be... So I could be like, yeah, dude, when I used to do heroin,
dude,
it was bad.
That is one of my favorite things. Of all the crazy things that seem hard to believe.
Yeah.
Living at Eddie Van Halen's house, living with Mitch Hedberg, being on the field of the Super Bowl when my team won the Super Bowl.
Deaf parents.
Deaf parents
is the one I don't believe.
That was the one that made me laugh. When I came in and you go, hey, man, I want to ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me. And I go, yeah. And you go, is it really true that... And I didn't expect the rest of the question to be your family.
You thought it was going to be like you lived with Eddie Van Halen for all these years. Yeah. Craig says that his parents were deaf.
And sister. Yeah, my whole family.
And that's where he learned to do such great impressions from watching TV and doing all that. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm good friends with Frank Caliendo, and I love having him on the show, and he is amazing on how he does some things. Like, he really gets into that. Like, when he drops down to a Morgan Freeman and he's like, you're like, how is that coming out of that face?
Yeah.
But when you do Al Pacino and when you do Tracy Morgan, among the other ones, those two, but whether I tune into Howard and I hear Tracy Morgan on there saying some stuff and I go, what is he? And I realize it's you. I go, that's how good it is. Like, for a second I get, and your Al Pacino is amazing. Like, you'd fool Al Pacino.
Dude, I got a phone call from Vivendi Entertainment saying, hey, we want to talk to you about this Scarface video game that we're making. And so I called this guy back and he said, we're really early in just our creative stages right now, but we've been having meetings, and Al recommended that we go to you to do the voice. And I go, I go, cool. And I go, and who's Al? What does Al do? And they go, Al Pacino. And I go, Al Pacino knows who I am?
Yeah.
And the guy said, you know what? I wouldn't get that excited about it because the way it came up is he said,
there's a guy. My voice has changed too much over the years. Find this guy. His name is David Grass. He's got a mole.
and I was like, well, that's not what I'm going to tell my friends. I'm gonna tell my friends that, Al Pacino's my biggest fan.
Handpicked. What do you think is your best?
I like doing Tracy because Tracy sounds like everybody I grew up with.
And Tracy can say anything.
Tracy, and plus, there's been so many run-ins with Tracy over the years.
Right.
And the stories were all just, the first time I met him, I used to write for, I used to be a contributing writer to Weekend Update when Colin Quinn was doing Weekend Update.
Right.
So sometimes I'd go up to the 8th floor of NBC and be there on the night of a show.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Tracy in the hallways, and I go, Tracy, hey, man, my name's Craig Gass. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I just want to tell you, dude, I think you're the funniest guy on the show. And he goes,
yeah? That's crazy. You a stand-up comedian? And I go, yeah. And he goes, what you doing next Friday? And I go, what am I doing? What? He goes, next Friday. What you doing next Friday? And I go, I don't know. What am I doing next Friday? And he goes, you're going to be opening up for me at the New York Comedy Club. And I was like, what? Are you serious? And he goes, yeah, you come down. You open for me. And I was like, oh, my God. I had nothing going on in my life back then.
Right.
So I was like, oh, my God.
That really happened?
Yeah, all week long. I'm telling everybody, I'm like, I'm opening for Tracy Morgan this week. I'm opening for Tracy. And I go down and I do the show. Thank God his crowd is cool with me. The set goes over well. And then I walk off. There's still another comedian after me. So when I walk off, Tracy is waiting in the wings, and he goes, what you drinking, Craig? And I go, I was drinking at the time. I go, can I have a Corona? And he goes, yeah. So how you like this? And I go, how do I like this club? And he said, no, how you like stand-up comedy? And I go, I love comedy. I'm head over heels in love with comedy. And he said, you got to be like Bruce Lee in the 6-foot kick. And I go, the what? He goes, you don't know about Bruce Lee in the 6-foot kick? They say when Bruce Lee kick you, you go back 6 foot. And I go, what? And he goes, you got to be like Bruce. You got to get. And then he got physically so close to me, his nose was touching my nose. And our lips are just like 2 inches apart, and spit is flying in there. And I go, what is going on? And then over the course of the next couple of years, I would relate these stories about Tracy, and everybody had their own.
Oh, yeah, their own Tracy Morgan stories.
You ever had Kurt Metzger on?
Yeah.
Remind him of this story. He said that, he goes, dude, I was with Tracy in a car on the West Side Highway. And at the time, Kurt was writing for the Chappelle Show.
Right.
And they'd only done one season. And he said he looks at Tracy and he goes, Chappelle Show got picked up for a second season. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I'll make some extra money. And he said, Tracy said, God damn, Kurt, what's wrong with you? And he slammed the brakes, pulled the car over on the side of the West Side Highway. And he goes, what are we in right now, Kurt? What are we in right now? And he goes, a car? No, we in show business, Kurt. We in show business. How many letters in the word show? And he goes, 4. How many letters in the word business? 8. Don't you forget that, Kurt. And he got back on and he goes, what? That makes no sense. I don't know what that meant. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
I had a guy, when David Wells had his 40th birthday party, okay, his wife had a party for him, and we'd pick up people from the airport to come in. So I pick up this guy, and he's this head security guy for the China Club in New York, the VIP security guy. So I'm driving him on the thing. We're talking. He's like, yeah, I was a former cop or whatever, and I do this. And I go, you ever get any celebrities in there? They get crazy. He goes, oh, yeah. He's like, Tracy Morgan's easily. I go, Brian Fellows? Like, at the time, it was just 20 years ago or 15 years ago. He's like, oh, yeah. He goes, he's the last one out, screaming, standing on top of tables. I was like, really? And then I got to meet Tracy. And then once you meet him the first time, you realize, yeah, that's that guy.
Yeah.
That's
well,
the guy.
I know I've told this to you before. My favorite story is when I was opening for Chappelle at Caroline's, this guy walked up to me and told me about this story. He said, did you hear about what happened at that party last weekend? I go, what party? And he goes, Tracy Morgan had a party. Turned into an orgy. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, everybody's taking their clothes off. They're all naked. We're standing around with our suits on, and there's naked people, and they're all doing stuff. And then Tracy Morgan comes around the corner, takes off all his clothes, and just jumps in. And I go, what? When was this? And he goes, last Saturday night. Right at that moment, Tracy Morgan walks around the corner. I hadn't seen Tracy in probably a year at that point. And I go, Tracy, I heard your party was messed up, man. And Tracy just rolled over and he just eyeballed me and he just went, it was crazy. It was crazy, Craig. You know what's crazy about it? When you get off on my floor, you don't even hear nothing. You don't hear nothing at all. Then you start walking towards my apartment, but you still don't hear nothing. Then you knock on my door, but you still don't hear nothing, right? And when I open the door, there's buttholes and toes everywhere. I went, did you just say buttholes and toes? And he goes, yeah, some of them toes were in the butthole. And he walked out of the room, and I was like, God, that's one of the most magical things I've ever heard in my life.
That should be the name of his new special.
That is, dude. And dude, when you mentioned David Wells, did I tell you the story about the guy that stole out of David Wells' house?
No.
I don't even know if I mean, at this point, I actually said something about it to David Wells, and he said it's 100% true. You know what? I think I said it to him. Didn't David Wells visit you at your booth at the Super Bowl in Tampa?
Yes.
That's when I asked him, is this true? Drummer of Seven Dust.
Oh, Morgan.
Yeah.
Morgan is a huge Yankees fan.
Yeah.
Even though he grew up in Atlanta, he's a huge Yankees fan. Him and David Wells become friends because Dave's a big...
Dave's got his drum kit and all that, yeah. Uh-oh.
You know why he has his drum kit?
No, what did Morgan steal something from him?
Morgan is at his house, and David Wells at some point is in a room where he's got his monitors. And I think he's making food or grabbing beers or something.
Right.
And it's after Morgan says, dude, he's looking at a collection of baseballs, and this baseball is from some significant game. And Morgan's like, dude, can I have this? And he goes, no, man, I can't go. And he goes, come on, dude, just like. And he goes, no, I can't. And then David Wells goes into another room where he's getting some stuff, and he sees Morgan put the baseball in his pants and walks back down. They hang out for a little bit, and Morgan says, all right, I got to go. And he goes, all right. And then he walks him out to the door. And according to Morgan, David Wells said, all right, man, hey, listen. That baseball you just stole? And he goes, what? And he goes, no, that baseball you stole? And he goes, I didn't steal a baseball. And he goes, no, I saw you do it. He goes, you owe me a drum kit.
Yeah.
And he goes, what? And he goes, it's okay. He goes, I saw you do it. You owe me a drum kit. That's why he has the drum kit.
That's probably about right.
And I remember Morgan telling me the story, and I was like, that's insane. And he goes, yeah. And then when David Wells came over to your booth, I asked him, and he said, yes, it's 100% true. I also know David Wells parties.
He did. He has a small reputation for it, yes.
Okay. Morgan also had a story about how David Wells got on their bus after a Seven Dust show at 2 o'clock in the morning. The bus is about to leave. David Wells walks all the way to the back of the bus, and he goes, I just took 2 hits of ecstasy. I'm coming on tour with you right now. He goes, oh, man, we're leaving. And he goes, I'm going on tour, man. I want to hang out with you. And he goes, nah, man. Hey.
I believe it.
Hey,
I believe
Jeff.
it. Yeah.
Hey, Dave says he wants to go on tour with us. And the tour manager goes, oh, man, yeah, David, come here. Yeah, come here. Let me take you off the bus for a second. Takes him on the bus. Goes, hey, man, you got to go. Those guys in Seven Dust. Those guys in Seven Dust told me one of the greatest Lars Ulrich stories ever. That Lars Ulrich, they did a show on New Year's Eve, 1999, in Detroit, Michigan, at the Pontiac Silverdome. It was the Millennium Concert. Metallica, Ted Nugent, and Seven Dust.
Right.
And they said at the time, Clint, the guitar player, was struggling to get sober. He's sober now.
Okay.
At the time, he's struggling to get sober. And I remember Morgan said, a couple things you need to know about Clint. He's very sensitive about people touching his face.
Oh.
He doesn't like jokes about his Cherokee heritage.
Okay.
I didn't know that he was Cherokee.
Yeah.
And he was struggling to stay sober. So 3 things you need to know about Clint. Doesn't like people touching his face. Doesn't like jokes about his Cherokee heritage. And he was trying to stay sober.
Sure.
Lars Ulrich opens the door to the Seven Dust dressing room to say hello to this new band, Seven Dust. And it's just Clint sitting in a chair. Lars walks in and goes, hey, man, where's the blow, chief? Right on his face. In Where's the blow, Chief?
Oh. I think my favorite story you've ever told is about Lars with your family, how he was describing your family to somebody.
Oh, dude, that guy. Well, I have this incredible moment where I become friends with Lars, where he really was, and we prank called him, and he was so cool about it that he invited me to Denver to do a radio thing with him that was a promotion for the album Saint Anger. And then I ended up opening for Metallica a few months later, and he introduced me to his band. For those of you who don't know, my whole family's deaf, as we were talking about at the beginning of this break. My mom, my dad, and my sister are all completely deaf. Lars walks me into a dressing room, and it's just the other three members of Metallica all sitting at a small table with a security guard. And Lars walks in and goes, "Hey, man, this is Craig. This is the guy who does all the voices, and check it out. His whole family is retarded." They're not retarded.
We talk about that during the year. We talk about that. That's one of the funniest things ever.
Deaf, dude. They're not retarded. They're deaf. Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's
so funny.
This weekend at the. I've never been to the Wesley Chapel location for
Side Splitters.
For Side Splitters. It's in a movie theater, right?
Yeah. It's in a multiplex movie theater, but they have their own room and their own bar and their whole deal. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually going to tell some Metallica stories because of this Metallica weekend that we had. That whole friendship, and again, I know that years ago I told you the story, but it started with a prank call. There was a guy who used to do middays at K-Rock in New York, who was doing afternoons in St. Louis, and he said, when you get to St. Louis, come on my show. You can stay for the whole show. And when I'm driving to the station, I put the station on, and I hear that he has Lars Ulrich on the phone, and he knows it's a big deal. So he's playing no commercials, no music, and he's got no delay. And every fifth or sixth word that comes out of Lars's mouth is bad. Yeah. Is really bad. And I get to the studio. I walk in. He's still got Lars Ulrich on the phone. And I go, "Dude, are you going to have me on?" And he goes, "I can't get rid of him. I don't know." He goes, hold on. Lars, let me just cut you up. Yeah. I got that. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Lars, for those just joining the broadcast, we have Lars Ulrich on the phone from his house in San Francisco. And Lars, you're not going to believe this, but we have a couple of special guests. And he starts pointing me to the microphone. And I go, no. And he goes, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons from Kiss are in the studio. And he goes, "Is that really Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons?" Like, "Yeah, guys, say hi." "Hey, Lars, this is Paul Stanley, and this is Gene Simmons from Kiss. I'm going to get right to the point, Lars. A lot of people steal from Kiss. You know it. I know it. But on the new Metallica record, I think you've gone a little too far. I'll give you a perfect example. I want you to name one song on the new Metallica record that you think is completely original." And he goes, "I think all the songs are pretty original." And I said, "Right, but if you had to name one song, what would it be?" And he goes, "I guess if I had to pick one song, it'd probably be," and he gave me a song title, and I go, "That's a great song, Lars, but I liked it a lot better the first time I heard it, when it was called Beth." And he goes, "Beth? How do you hear Beth in the middle? It doesn't make any sense." And then my buddy, the radio guy, lets this conversation flow with a fake Paul Stanley, fake Gene Simmons, Lars believing it. And then my buddy goes, "Hey, let me just stop you guys for just 1 second. Lars, we have a talk radio station in the next room that has a movie critic that comes in every Friday that does movie reviews. And he has real movie stars that come in to promote new releases. And he has Christopher Walken in the studio. Do you mind if Christopher Walken says hi?" "Is that really Christopher Walken?" "It is, Lars. I love Metallica because I love cocaine." And then he starts talking. It's and all these voices talking at the same time. And then at some point, my buddy says, "Hey, man, Sam Kinison just walked in."
Oh, Jesus.
And I go, "Lars, I don't know if you remember this, but we did cocaine in 1986, and you stole all my blood." Oh!
I forgot how good your Sam Kinison is.
There's a long pause, and when we just hear, "Didn't that guy die like 15 years ago?" I go, "Yeah, it's really weird." Yeah.
Let me. One of the greatest things, and I heard you tell this on Stern one time, and I don't know how true this is. What's his name from CNN that believed that you were
Anderson Cooper?
Anderson Cooper. Yeah. Didn't Anderson Cooper believe that? Didn't you call him as Al Pacino
from a
or
boat
something like that?
or something?
Oh no, it was Sean Hannity.
Oh, it was Hannity?
It was Sean Hannity. Yeah, we called Sean Hannity, a radio station in Atlanta. One of the guys at the morning show in Atlanta used to work with Sean Hannity in radio. And, dude, that morning, we got a bunch of people on the phone for Al Pacino. Like Jay Leno picked up the phone right away for Al Pacino. Donald Trump picked up the phone for Al Pacino.
Really?
And then we called Sean Hannity, but we called an assistant, and this woman said, Sean is on vacation. He's on a boat.
Right.
He will not take any calls. And they go, okay, well, can we just put Mr. Pacino on for a second? I go,
Hey, Fred, can you tell Sean it's very important? I got to talk.
and she goes, okay, you know what? Okay, here's his cell phone number.
Oh,
and she
really?
gave us the number. I said, give him 5 minutes and then call him. And when Hannity picked up the phone, I talked, and he goes, uh-huh. Uh-huh. And then he paused and said, I got to be honest with you. When I heard that you were calling, I thought this was a prank. But, sir, I am a huge fan of yours. And he absolutely bought it. And we got it recorded. I got to get that audio of that.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, it was the guys who used to do the morning show when Fran used to do the morning show in Atlanta? And, but yeah, dude, it's crazy how many people will buy it when.
I don't, do you ever do this? Like, I have one audience member that I care about, and that's me, Mike Calta. When I'm alone, I want to entertain myself as much as I can. So I must get 10 phone calls a day that are solicitors, and if I'm alone, I'll talk to them, and I don't even get mad. I go, yeah, what do you got?
Really?
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, what are you telling? Yeah, because sometimes I'm just in the mood and I'll just talk, but this woman called me the other day, and I go, let me ask you a question. I go, I'm not mad. You guys call me every day, and every day you want to talk to my mother. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, she's been dead for 2 years. What do you want me to do? And the lady's like, I'm so sorry. I go, yeah, I know you didn't do it on purpose, but what point do you think I just talk to these people, but I'm only doing it just to entertain myself. You know what I mean? So if I was you, I would spend so much time just making prank phone calls for myself.
Yeah.
I would be just trying to make myself laugh. And right now, I'd be calling L.A. and I'd be like, "Hey, it's Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
Stop all the violence." I would just do whatever I can right in the middle of everything.
I've done that before, where I've done things just for myself, and I wish I had recorded. Like the first time I ever met Tom Arnold, it was on the phone, and it was a prank call. It was I was an open micer back then. This is the early '90s, and another comedian at the open mics worked at a nice hotel in downtown Seattle, and he said, hey, man, you guys know that Planet Hollywood opening that's happening? All the stars are at my hotel. And I go, yeah, like who? And he goes, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Arnold. And I go, Tom Arnold is at your hotel? And he goes, yeah, the big one. Tom Arnold had just killed it in 9 months and True Lies. He was hilarious. And when I get home that night, I looked up the phone number for the Hilton, and I said, hi, Tom Arnold, please. And this lady goes, okay, just one moment. And she put me through. I didn't record it. I was working in radio at the time.
Right.
I was working for Bob Rivers, Twisted Radio. And phone picks up, and I hear, hello. And I go, Tom, it's Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison had been dead for 5 years. And Tom Arnold goes, hey, buddy, how you been? That's right in. Tom, I need your help in the afterlife. Whatever you need, buddy, just tell me what you need. And I go, well, what I need is some cocaine. And I want to give you instructions, so I want you to follow me. First of all, I need you to front me the cash because I don't have any cash. And then secondly, and this is where it gets tricky, I want you to purchase the cocaine. I want you to get on a plane. And I want you to fly back to Los Angeles. And when you get back to Los Angeles, I want you to drive to Jerry Lewis's house. And when you get to Jerry Lewis's house, knock on his door. And when he opens the door, I want you to take the cocaine and put it in the small pocket of his pants. And I'll have it when he gets here in 3 weeks. Oh! And then I stopped and I said, I'm sorry, Tom, my name's Craig Gass. I'm a stand-up comedian, dude. I am a huge fan of yours. And he goes, man, that That impression is so good. I need to call my sponsor right now. That's how good that is. What is your name? And I say, it's Craig Gass. And he goes, do you have like a tape or something I can look at? And I said, yeah, dude, I'll drop off the tape. And he called me like a week later and said, hey, man, I think you're really funny. If you ever need anything, here's my phone number, here's my email address, and then I never called him.
Yeah. I don't know what Tom Arnold really would have done for you, but I like Tom. He's a good dude, and he's been on the show a bunch of times, and he's always one of those guys that afterwards you're like, he's just such a likable guy. He's a nice guy, yeah.
And one of the most honest dudes on the planet.
I saw a video the other day on Instagram of him on a podcast recently telling a story. You said 9 months. That was the movie he did with Hugh Grant, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said him and Hugh Grant became inseparable best friends after that. And they went to a party, and he's like, Hugh Grant's the biggest star in the world at the time. I'm doing okay because I got True Lies and 9 months. And at the party, we run into Madonna. And Madonna says there's an after party. And then at the after party, she's like, of course, her and Hugh Grant are all over each other. And Madonna says, you guys want to come up to my suite? He's like, so we go up to the suite. And on the way up, I said, listen, Hugh, I'll back out. I'll go out. And he goes, no. And he goes, I don't want to ruin this. And he goes, you're going to watch me bang Madonna.
No way.
He goes, so we go upstairs. We're smash drunk. Madonna says she's going to go in another room and change. He goes, and then while she's changing and she's taking forever, we notice that there's just all this Louis Vuitton luggage. And there's a big cake, and it is like we're cutting pieces of the cake and eating the cake. And then we decide to go through her luggage. And she travels with her own silverware, and we're stealing spoons. He goes, and at one point she comes out, and I'm standing there, and I got a piece of cake in my hand, spoons in my pocket. And she goes, what are you assholes doing? And they were like, and she kicked them out. She kicked them both out of the room. And Tom Arnold's like, I'm sorry you never get to bang Madonna. And he goes, Tom, everybody's banged Madonna. We have her silverware. She got mad because the cake was for her brother's birthday. It was a surprise, and they were bringing the brother up to the room, and Tom Arnold ruined it by eating the cake. I thought that was so much better story than banging Madonna.
Oh my God! He is bothered by what I did with the impression of him because, and I've done it with you guys at the Super Bowl, and I'll just.
We almost set Steve-O almost had a heart attack.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it actually started with Steve-O, and then I started turning Tom Arnold into a character, and I do it sometimes on Howard's show. And the thing they won't let me do that I think is a really funny angle is that Tom Arnold, because I go to the Super Bowl every year, and friends of mine will be broadcasting Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. There's nobody in the media center.
Empty,
you guys know. You guys were there this year, and so my friends who work in sports radio will say, hey, can you join us and pretend to be somebody famous?
Yeah.
So it sounds cool back in Des Moines. And the only remotely sports guy I can do an impression of is Tom Arnold. And I'll go full-blown Tom Arnold and go, hey, guys, it's exciting to be here at the Super Bowl. And a lot of famous people are coming into town. I was actually at a Cocaine Anonymous meeting last night with Willie Randolph and Brett Favre. And Brett's a big cokehead. And then I probably shouldn't say that out loud, but his sponsor is Marv Albert. Marv's addicted to upskirt porn. Again, I shouldn't say that out loud. And then and every year the internet will attack the real Tom Arnold and go, dude, it's supposed to be anonymous. What's wrong with you?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then when I do it on Howard, I've written out ideas where I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if Tom Arnold would just be just kind of confused? Like I was I went and performed for the troops overseas, and I was at a Narcotics Anonymous meeting with the Taliban and a guy named Kareem Abdul. You know, maybe he was the basketball player. I'm not sure. Like he just confused who he saw at the NA meetings. Yeah. But the real Tom Arnold doesn't like that I do that, and he will fight every single person on the internet and go, did you notice that Sam Kinison was also on the air? And that guy's been dead for 30 years, you idiot. That wasn't me. That's a comedian named Craig Gass. I wish
those
he would
guys
stop.
are so serious. Steve-O was very upset when we did that to him in the studio. He was like, because you're on the phone talking about relapsing as Tom Arnold, and Steve-O is in the studio with us, and Steve-O's looking at me going, like appealing to me as a bro, going, hey man, cut it out. And I know it's a joke, so I'm like, nope, ramp it up. You know, I thought that was going to ruin our relationship.
Dude, 2 of the craziest prank calls I've ever made was on your show. The other one was Bert.
What would he? Oh, it was Bert Tracy Morgan. What
was Tracy Morgan? There was this thing where Bert would tell a story about Tracy Morgan,
right.
but he was afraid of the story getting out there. And then
Jay Moore started telling the story.
Jay Moore started telling the story. And then Jay Moore started putting himself in the story. And so I was in studio with you. Bert calls in to promote a gig that he's doing in like a week. And you said, hey, man, Tracy Morgan is here. And I go, what's up, Bert? I'm mad at you. I'm going to kick your ass next time I see you. And he's like, that's a really good, I don't know why it sounds like Tom Marlowe right now.
Yeah.
That's a really good Tracy Morgan impression. I go, no, it's Tracy Morgan. And you go, yeah, Bert, it's really Tracy Morgan. And we just kept pushing it. And I said, you know how you never see, I was trying to think of like, who does Bert and who do we know that I could say to make it more real?
Right. I remember you. Yeah.
And I said the name of a comedian, and I can picture the guy's face right now.
Was it Tony Woods?
It wasn't Tony Woods.
No, it was a black guy.
It was a black guy. And it was, and I said, you know why you haven't seen that dude?
Right.
I killed him, bro.
Yeah.
I killed him. What I didn't know is that guy had just passed away. And there was a long pause, and Bert goes, okay, I'm really sorry about I didn't really mean to. And he started apologizing on the air, and then we did the big reveal, and I called Bert and said, dude, I am so sorry. And I still have the voicemail from Bert saying, don't apologize. He's like, you scared me. That was great radio. Don't ever apologize for doing something funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude.
That's great.
That was just, I don't know why, but there's been some like benchmark moments that I've had here
on this show.
Scaring people.
Craig Gass is here. Let us take a quick break so we don't get too late, and we'll be back. Craig's going to be in town. Yeah, he's going to be at Side Splitters Wesley Chapel this weekend, right?
This weekend, Thursday through Saturday. And I am putting out a comedy special in 2 months. I'm putting out 2 comedy specials this year. The first one is me just making fun of Kiss for an hour. That's the whole show. That's the entire show. So you're going to hear at the end of the show this weekend a piece I've been working on called I Think Gene Simmons is Going to Kill Me.
Oh, good. Okay. All right, good. All right, we'll be back more with Craig Gass. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Let's have some summer fun in the summer sun, Bone fam. It's the Neutral Summer of Music, presented by Neutral. Win tickets to some of the summer's biggest shows, like Thomas Rhett, Katy Perry, Jason Aldean, and more. Plus, score Neutral summer gear, including hats and coolers. Scan the QR code at participating Florida Circle K's, Miller's Ale House, or at the Blind Goat in Tampa to enter. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Visit theboneonline.com for more details. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Wet roads all up and down Pinellas County right now, so leave early, drive safely. Right now, just one wreck. It's northbound 19, just after Drew Street. Crews have that left lane blocked. They're in the process of moving that over to the shoulder, though. Still seeing some backups. Again, leave early. Use caution. Those rainy roads going to be here for a while in Pinellas County. Good news is Hillsborough County, you're sunny and bright. No accidents reported on any of the major roadways. Same good news for the Bay Area bridges. I'm Monica with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
Chloe loves softball. Cancer tried to stop her twice. Now she's a force on and off the field. We believe in Chloe's dream because we share it. Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. All we do, all for kids.
You know, it's almost Father's Day, and don't forget, Dad, not for Father's Day. This Father's Day, get your dad something timeless and elegant at the Golden Diamond Source. The Golden Diamond Source has the largest selection of men's jewelry, from classic watches to cufflinks to rings. There's something in there for every dad to enjoy. And their staff is happy to help you and guide you through the selection process, ensuring you'll find a gift that he will love. And they do it without all the sales pressure and intimidation. Enjoy peace of mind knowing that your Golden Diamond Source piece will never lose its value, and you can always trade up in the future. Shop the largest selection of jewelry under one roof. It's like shopping at 10 different jewelry stores all in one place, and the people there are so helpful. Right now, they're offering 5-year interest-free financing, which means you can get a $5,000 piece of jewelry and pay only $83 a month. This Father's Day, give dad a gift that he will cherish forever. Visit the Golden Diamond Source and find that perfect token of love and gratitude for the father in your life. Stop by and see him because your dad deserves nothing but the best. It's the Golden Diamond Source. Stop in there and tell him Mike Calta sent you.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Hey, what's up? It's Gio. You know what's a real flex these days? It's not a flashy car or some influencer's side hustle. It's financial confidence. Knowing that your money is working for you, that your retirement plan isn't a guess, and that your 401k isn't just sitting in limbo. That is what Trajan Wealth helps you build. Their fiduciary advisors work with you to create a real strategy, one that fits your goals, your timeline, and the way you actually live. And they're not working towards commissions. There's no hidden fees, no pressure, no nonsense, just honest advice that's going to put your financial interests first. They can help you figure out where you are, where you want to go, and how to get there with confidence. Call 813-550-1000 or go to TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's 813-550-1000 or TrajanWealth.com, TRAJAN Wealth.com. Because controlling your finances with confidence, that is the real flex. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
The heat is on, and when the heat is on, your AC is on, and when your AC is on, your money is gone. Power companies love it, but Solar Bear says enough is enough. Stop renting your power from the power companies. Go solar now and own your power and get your first 12 months completely free. That's 0 power payments for an entire year. Solar Bear is Florida's local solar expert, not some national chain. With over a decade of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, they're the name you can trust. Call Solar Bear today or visit solarbear.com and start saving before your next bill shows up.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
You know, when it comes to selling a home, I know that you have a lot of choices. A lot of people have billboards, but I'm telling you, the best guy in the area is my friend Jeff Borum. He is constantly investing in cutting edge technology and marketing to make sure the most people get eyes on your home. And you know what that means? That means you'll get the most money for your home when sold. You can actually say goodbye to all the guesswork because Jeff and his team have a program that does it all for you. You can find it right there on their website, teamborum.com. That's Team Borum, BORHAM. They have a home value estimator right there on their site. So if you're looking to sell your home or you're looking for the home of your dreams right here in the Tampa Bay area, trust a realtor that is right here in the Tampa Bay area. And that is my friend Jeff Borum. Him and his entire team will work for you, take all the stress out of it, get you the home of your dreams, or get you the most money for your home when it's time to sell. Simply contact Jeff at teamborum.com. That's BORHAM, Team Borum, and tell him you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MEGA to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Stop your grinding with Brooks Night Guard. Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I ended up going to a dentist, and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found the Brooks Night Guard. You mold it at home to the top or bottom teeth. Other mouth guards go all the way to the back, which allows the back teeth to touch. This is where most of the grinding and clenching occurs. The Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Order your Brooks Night Guard today and get 10% off plus free shipping. Go to brooksnightguard.com and enter the code BRUX91. That's BRUX91. Stop your grinding with Brooks Night Guard.
Hockey, beer, boats. Tampa Bay's favorite hat trick is back. The Lightning and Creative Loafing present Boats Brewfest, presented by Publix. Friday, August 1st at Amalie Arena. Sample hundreds of local and international beers, games, and more. Get info and tickets at boatsbrewfest.com.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Hosterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Hot and sticky today with a 40% chance of scattered storms. High temperatures in the lower 90s, but that heat index going to touch 100 degrees again. Steamy tonight with a low of 79, and then the rain chances go up. 60% rain chance for tomorrow afternoon. Again, highs in the lower 90s.
We now return to Tampa Bay's most listened to morning show, The Mike Calta Show. On 102.5 The Bone.
.847 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. I want to remind everybody as the summer is coming around. I mean, it's already feeling like 100 degrees every day. But you're going to be outside in your backyard more. You're going to be using your backyard, your outdoor kitchen, your pool area. If you've been avoiding it because, I don't know, maybe your pavers need to be fixed up or you got some things back there that you wanted to get done and you're not sure who to call, my friends at Waterman Construction do it all. They will come on out there and they will take care of your backyard for you, get you ready for the summer. From custom patios and pavers to upgraded driveways, Waterman Properties is your go-to for bringing your summer vision to life. Whether you're remodeling, rebuilding, or repairing from a storm, Waterman handles everything from demolition to install, and expert care and zero runaround. They have personalized service, transparent, honest pricing, guaranteed same-day response, and no waiting, no excuses, just quality work done right. If you want to find them, you can visit watermanproperties.net. Or give them a call at 813-715-7383. It's Waterman Properties. Your vision is their mission. Hit them up, 813-715-7383, and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. In the studio with us and performing this weekend at Side Splitters in Wesley Chapel is our friend Craig Gass, who, I don't know, I have to say is definitely on the list. Like, there's people we kind of know from the show over the years, like, oh, yeah, we've had you on the show. And then there's people we're friends with. You're definitely on the friends list of the category.
Thank God. I've been insecure about that.
But I'm saying that at the same time, Craig has some of the most amazing stories and moments in his life, none of which I know are true. So I'm just not saying that they're lies. I'm just saying that the best part is I don't really know what's true and what's not, and I don't really feel like I want to know. I got to tell you, all your things they all seem to pan out. I'm not sure.
I was so scared. Last week, I texted Mike and I said, I go, hey, dude, you going to Metallica on Friday? And he goes,
why did you say it like Lars?
Dude, are you going to Metallica with Craig and his whole retarded family? and Mike goes, nah, too crowded. And
Too
I
many
go,
people.
Too many people. And I go, it's not crowded in the snake pit. If you want to get hooked up. And he goes, are you serious? And I go, yeah, dude, bring a friend. Felt like the cool guy.
Yeah.
I have a friendship with Lars, which I really didn't maintain over the years, but I know a bunch of people in Metallica, and I'm like, yeah, I'll hook it up. And Mike goes, dude, hold on. Give me a couple minutes. And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm in. And I'm like, cool. I start
So now let me tell you real quick. So my wife had my wife and I were going to Winter Haven, Florida, which is between here and Orlando, and it's a know-nothing town. Sorry, Winter Haven. But my daughter has a volleyball tournament.
Okay.
I don't want to go. And we got to get a hotel and spend the night, and then I got to go watch 19 of the worst volleyball games ever in my life. So it's awful. It's absolutely awful. And I don't want to go. So I have to gauge her on whether or not, if I don't go to Winter Haven, if she's going to be furious or not. And she was like, no, I don't care. I have to go either way. And then plus, go to Metallica. Like, she was so cool about it. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'm in. I'm 100% in. The problem also is that if it's 2 nights, I can't go on Sunday night. I got to get up too early in the morning on Monday.
Right.
But I really do want to go. And then I'm starting to get that FOMO feeling, like it's coming up and I'm not sure I'm going or whatever. So once you hit me up, I was feeling good about it.
But what I hit you up with and what I said I could do was the coolest thing ever.
Yes.
And then I started contacting all my friends with Metallica who all started shutting me down.
Oh, no.
And everyone kept telling me, dude, Snake Pit, the fire marshal has cut our Snake Pit in half.
Yeah.
They won't allow us to have...
Which, thank God for the fire marshal, because it was wonderful in there.
But along the way, I'm sitting there going, all the way up until Friday afternoon, maybe even Friday early evening, I didn't even know if I could pull it off.
Yeah.
And so I'm worried about coming in the studio because I'm not going to be able to pull off what I said I was going to pull off. And all I pictured was, number one, actually getting... This is where my head went. Hey, dude, it's a busy week. We're not going to be able to have you on. And then I was going to listen to the show, and you're going to be like, Craig's full of it. He lied. He said he was going to get me until there's that whole aspect of it, too. You don't even believe that my family's real.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
So if I don't
just another thing.
Yeah.
If I don't come through with this, everything's over. My relationship with you is over. Friday.
At one point, you did say, "I have not heard from Craig yet."
I did.
Because it's open ended.
So everybody calls me an optimistic liar because I say like, "Hey, Craig, I'm going to try and come to your show on Friday." It's not that I don't want to,
right?
But they know there's no way I'm going, even though I say I want to go,
right?
So when I said I'm going to Metallica, they were like, "What is the percentage that you're really going to go?" And I was like, at one point, I was like at 80%. And then the next day, I was like, I don't know, I hadn't heard from Craig yet, so we're down to like 65%. No, I'm not backing out, but my likelihood was dropping down percentage-wise. But I was never get mad.
You know what's funny is now I'm going back through our text messages,
right?
And there was one day when we didn't talk, and you just said, "Hey, what's the latest?"
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yeah, just checking. Just want to see what's going on. And I'm like, well, I'm being told, and I kept giving you updates.
Yeah.
I'm being told that the Snake Pit has been cut in half, but we are officially in. I have tickets and I have backstage passes.
Right.
Actually, I wasn't even sure if I had backstage passes then.
I don't know.
So, but then eventually, it all worked out.
Yeah.
I got passes. Friend of mine that runs lights for Metallica, he sits above the stage, and he said, "Bring your buddy. We'll hang out at my lighting design thing." And so we hung out with him and watched him.
That was pretty cool.
That
was really cool.
That was really cool. And then
talk to him and then
spill a drink on it.
Hey, what's going on?
The whole stadium just goes dark.
He had been there since Tuesday, and I was telling them how they sent the steel team in first to build the thing out, and then he comes in and he spends the night in the stadium. It was pretty interesting to see all that stuff.
Yeah, and then we walked down to go into the Snake Pit, and I just posted the video, and I was like, "Is this okay to post this right now?"
Yeah.
And you go, "Yeah, go ahead." But I have the video of us in the Snake Pit, and I tried to just get a shot of the top of Mike's head, and Mike is looking at Rob Trujillo and Kirk Hammett standing like 5 feet above your head.
I mean, I don't even know if it was 5 feet. I mean, I could have reached up and grabbed their ankles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were right there. I said to my wife, I go, at one point, we were watching from the lighting area, and that was good. I mean, we were watching the whole show. It was great. I go, and then the next point, I'm able to identify moles on James's face. Like that's how close we were. Like I could see he missed a spot shaving. Like it's unreal. Because at one point I talked to Lars from the floor.
Yeah.
When they had that little kid that they lifted up, and Lars was like, "Where's the kid?" And I go, "Right here." And he goes, "Is that him?" And I go, "Yeah, that's him." Like I'm talking to Lars right now. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was the video. I just posted the video. It's at Craig Gass Comedy. You can see the video of Metallica standing on top of Mike's
and
head.
my bald head. I look so bald I didn't know that was my head at first when I saw it. Yeah. I was like,
You
holy
don't see
cow.
that angle.
Yeah.
Check out that unflattering angle at Craig Gass Comedy with 2 S's. By the way, the Make-A-Wish thing, I remember the first time when I first started to become friends with Lars, I went to a show in Denver, and in the middle of the show, his assistant found me and said, "Hey, Lars wants you to come back to his drum kit." So we walk. It wasn't the stage they have now. It was a traditional stage at one end of the stadium.
Right.
And go up to the stage, and behind his drum kit was a bar. It was a bar set up with glass doors that were tinted so you couldn't see into the bar, but we could see out. And I'm standing up there looking inside to the stadium of 60,000 people where the Broncos play, when a kid walked up next to me with his family, and the kid looked like a special needs kid.
Right.
And during a break in the show, Lars comes into the bar, and he goes, "Hey, man, how's the retarded family?" No, he goes, "Hey, man, what's up? You having fun?" And he goes, "Are you Tim? Are you Tim? Hey, Tim, I heard you're a drummer. You want to play some drums for Metallica tonight? Come on, Tim." And he brought this kid up onto his drum kit and then held his arms. And he goes, "Get ready. Here we go. You ready?" He goes, "Pop, pop, 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 da, 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 da." And he held the kid's arms up. 60,000 people go, and the kid is holding his drumsticks, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
That's pretty awesome.
And a week later, I talked to Steve, who was Lars's assistant, and I said, "Dude, I meant to ask you that there was a kid who came into that area that Lars brought on stage. Is that a Make-A-Wish kid?" He goes, "Oh yeah. We actually had to stop doing that." And I said, "Stop doing Make-A-Wish?" And he goes, "We've been doing that the whole tour, where every city." We always do Make-A-Wish meet and greets. And Lars started doing a thing at the beginning of this tour where he would grab one kid and go, "Hey, do you play drums? You want to come up and play drums?" And he would do it at every city. Word started getting out to other Make-A-Wish families. And when they'd come into the meet and greet, it was an immediate crush of like, "Hey, Lars, this is my son.
Play drums.
I want him to be the one to play drums." And it's like, "Oh, yeah, man, yeah, sure." And then it just became it started to become a competition.
Yeah.
And then people going, "Hey, but can my kid play one song?" And it's like, oh man,
I know. How do you say no to it?
Yeah, it starts out as such a organic thing,
right,
and then turn into something.
I don't know how they do it, but I do. Like John Cena lives here, and John Cena is the #1 celebrity for Make-A-Wish. He's done more than anybody else. And the horrible thing though is that John Cena does these things and then has to take that with him. He has to leave knowing, and then he'll probably hear about it in 3 months that kid died. You know what I mean? He's going to have to hear about it. And I don't know that I could do that. I really don't. My wife used to work in a field where she dealt with a lot of abused kids, and she'd come home and she'd be all wound up and she'd be telling me these stories. And I looked at her and I go, "You got to stop. You got to stop telling me, because I'm gonna end up out there killing these kids' parents and going crazy because it's getting me all frustrated." So I don't know. Listen, I'm not even going to lie and say that I'm coming out to the shows this weekend. I'm not saying that doesn't mean I won't come. I'm just not going to say that I'm coming. I'd like to stop by because I haven't seen you do stand up and in a long time. Well, maybe ever. I don't think I've ever gone to a club to do this show. Yeah, but I also haven't been up to the Wesley Chapel, and I think that might be a fun time.
Yeah, I keep hearing it's a great room. I love what I'm hearing about the setup over there.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to check the place out. I do want to comment on something that you talked about before I walked in the studio. You guys were talking about this crazy. Was that a local story about the guy from Saudi Arabia who
at the strip club?
Yeah. He called the cops and said, "Hey, I just wanted to call because this woman won't have sex with me."
He did not get his sex. He paid $300.
I gave the stripper $300 and she wasn't have sex with me.
Cops is my favorite TV show of all time.
Right.
And I can point to that. Reminded me of, there's episodes that you'll see where people will flag down the cops and go, "Excuse me, officer. Yeah.
I gave this person $20 for crack cocaine, and they didn't give me it. And it's like, you did what?
Yeah.
I gave $20 crack cocaine. Okay, so let me just want to be clear. You're trying to purchase crack cocaine. That is correct. But they didn't give me crack cocaine. They go, okay, put your hands behind your back. Like, what?
Yeah,
and they're shocked when that happens. Favorite episode of Cops I can point to as the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
Okay.
And I can say that because I had a physical reaction that I didn't know was possible. The episode was this officer, it opens up with an officer in a patrol car, and he goes, we're responding to a domestic that apparently is taking place in this field over here. So it's already hilarious.
Right.
They can't afford a house to fight in. They're fighting in a big open field. Cop gets out, pulls out his flashlight, and he goes, hey, what's going on over there? Couple turns around. The woman, her mouth is covered in blood. Top row of teeth are missing. Bottom row of teeth are cracked.
Okay.
This guy clearly just assaulted this woman. And the cop goes, all right, what's going on here? The woman turns around and starts telling exactly what's going on. When the guy jumps in on camera and goes, wait, hold up. You better tell him the truth. I will knock you out. Like on camera. And the cop goes, whoa. He goes, wait, here, ma'am, you sit on the hood of my car. All right, sir. You're so eager to tell me your side of the story. What's going on here? And the guy goes,
look, I ain't gonna lie. Because I push her, okay? I push her. So what? I push her. But then she assaulted me.
And the cop goes, she assaulted you? And he goes, she assaulted me. And the cop goes, with what? And he goes, her face, and I farted. I laughed so hard. I farted. I didn't even know that was possible to laugh so hard.
She headbutted him.
That was like the most healthy laugh I've ever had in my life. Second most favorite episode of Cops, and I've actually talked about this whenever I do press in Indianapolis, to do shows in Indianapolis. I have said during TV appearances there, sir, if that was you, I'm a huge fan. And I want to meet you. I would love to invite you. I'll give you as many tickets as you want to my comedy shows this weekend. It was an episode, Indianapolis. There was a robbery at a strip mall. The cops pulled behind this strip mall, and there's a white guy, tall, slanky, goofy-looking guy,
right,
sitting on the curb crying. And the cop pulls up and goes, "Sir, are you the one who called about the robbery?" And he goes, "Yeah, it was me." And he goes, "All right, just tell me what happened." And he goes, "I was locking up for work, and this gentleman came up to me, and he said, and forgive my language, but he said, 'Give me your goddamn money.'" That's what he said. And I said, "Sir, I don't want no problems with you." And then that gentleman over there, he grabbed me from behind. They pan over. There's a dude in the parking lot laying, like, you know those concrete slabs that you bump your tires against in a parking lot?
Yeah.
He's in between two of them, and he's covered in blood. And he goes, "That guy grabbed me from behind. I'm a fifth degree black belt, okay?" And as soon as he touched me, and they go, "Sir, what happened?" He goes, "Basically, I kicked the crap out of everybody. I didn't want to. I feel bad. And they go, "Sir, are you okay?" And he goes, "I'm fine. I'm going to need some new shoes." They pan down to his sneakers.
Blood.
Dude, every time he shifts his body weight from his left foot to the right foot, his sneakers are squishing out blood. And I remember being on the edge of the bed watching it, and I had a glass of chocolate milk, and I looked at my girlfriend and I go, "Babe, are you watching this guy?" And she goes, "I'm reading." And I was like,
"You're missing the best kung fu ever."
Like, come on, man. I want to see a spinoff of this guy. This guy, like, he is just a perfect human being. All he wants to do is just live his life. But if you mess with him, he'll hospitalize you. And then he'll feel terrible.
And he'll feel so sad about it.
He'll show up at the hospital with flowers, and he'll feel terrible about it.
Do you know we punched Carmen one time so hard she farted?
Yeah.
It's true.
Is that true?
Yeah, we used to do football punches where we'd have the winner would punch the loser for every win they have over them on our football picks. And Carmen lost, and she went to get punched, and somebody punched her and hit her so hard she farted.
John Brennan did.
And our producer.
Yeah. He
Audible on the air?
No, you couldn't hear it, but
but then you kind of smell it right away. Yeah. I think it was you. Did you? Yeah.
Because I was standing next to her, and I go, "Oh, did you just fart?" And she was like, "Yeah, when he hit me."
John punched the fart out of her.
I had said a few years ago that a really interesting segment would be to just read Carmen's DMs. And I remember you saying that Carmen actually gets, like, I think professional athletes or like.
So, somebody. I for years I wanted to do a coffee table book called "Get a Load of D's," and it was just all the D pics that Carmen gets sent, unsolicited D pics.
You gave me a title that I took, which is I have two podcasts. One is with Chris Kale from Five Finger Death Punch, which is called Beardo and Weirdo, and then there's a storytelling podcast where, because of conversations we've had, where you don't believe what I'm telling you. I am retelling all these stories about living at Eddie Van Halen's house, being invited to NASA, being on the field of the Super Bowl, and I'm doing it with all the witnesses who were there.
Oh, that's great.
And you gave me the title. You said you should call it "I Swear This Is True." And that's what I call it. It's called "I Swear This Is True." And I'm like 3 episodes in. I'm dropping the 4th one this week with hanging out at the World Series when Bill Murray showed up behind me when the Cubs were.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I always tell my kids, if I were to die suddenly, know that I lived the greatest life ever. Like, I've done things where, I don't know, I'd want to write it in a book because I don't know that other people would care, but I could sit there and just think about all the things I did in my life. I've had a hell of a life, you know?
It's crazy.
Yeah. So when you tell some of these stories, I know that they're true, but it's just hard to believe all these things.
Yeah, and you're also, the way you handle yourself makes me confident that when I do introduce you to Pearl Jam, that you're going to be able to handle it well.
Yeah.
Because I had, there was that one night when Mike and I were both at the Pearl Jam show at Wrigley Field, and I came off the stage and I gave him set lists and the guitar picks. And then that night, I had a friend of mine, Lou, who used to work with Brewer on his show, now works with Jay Okerson and Bobby on their show. And Lou is the biggest Pearl Jam fan in the world. And he goes, "Man, can you get me to..." And I go, "Yeah, man, you know what? Let's do it for that show. I'll bring you on stage." And he's cool. He's handling it until Mike McCready's wife, Ashley, walks over. And I go, "Hey," "this is my friend Lou, by the way. And Lou, this is Ashley. This is Mike McCready's wife." And she goes, "Hey, Lou." And he goes, "I love your husband so much. I have a necklace that I made from..." And I was looking at him going,
"This is Black Lou?
What are you doing?" "Not Black Lou. No, this is White Lou." And I go, "What are you doing, dude? What are you doing?" And he goes, "I caught this from Mike once and I made it into a necklace." And she goes, "Oh." And he goes, "I love your husband so much." And she just goes, "I love him too. Good to see you, Craig." And all I can think is, like, we're about to get thrown off the stage. We're about to get thrown off the stage. I know that when this moment happens, you're not only going to be cool about it, you're going to wait till... What I usually do is I wait till after it's over, then I freak out.
Yeah. I'm not a freak out kind of guy. I've been in some situations where I was like, oh boy, I feel like I could freak out. I was in the George Steinbrenner suite at Yankee Stadium, and the entire cast of The Sopranos came in, and I was like, "This is But there was one time where I thought I might have died, and this was my heaven. Like, everything that I wanted to do was all in the same room. You know what I mean? Like, had there been any large-breasted women there, I would be like, "This, we've now crossed the line." But being that it was all dudes, I've been in some situations where. So one time, this is the best. I'm at the Late Show with David Letterman, okay? The Stengel brothers are friends of mine. I go to visit them. I watch a taping of the show, and then I go upstairs to the offices, and I hang out with them. Coolest thing ever. I go to leave. I walk out of the building. The minute I walk out and I make a left down Broadway, my phone rings. It's Big Pussy from The Sopranos. "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm actually in New York right now." "Where are you at?" "I'm in New York. I just filmed the TV commercial. We're going to dinner. Come meet us for dinner." I was like, "Okay." Gives me the address. I show up, and it's like him and 40% of the cast of The Sopranos, the guys that, like, background guys like Carlo and all these other guys that is Big Pussy is the main guy at the dinner. They all shot a TV commercial for an alarm company about robbing houses and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they all went out to celebrate. The director took them all out to dinner. So now I'm eating, and they're all telling me these stories about how they got, like, the one guy how he got the job in Goodfellas and how the other guy. And I'm like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah. So I got stories. I got things that have gone down where make me realize this is one hell of a life. But yeah.
And have you ever had a moment like that where you're in a really cool spot and then you ruined it because you tried to cross up?
I am the last one to ruin. I will sit there with my mouth shut until I will not be that guy
and just take it all in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do the same thing when I'm in situations like that. I just kind of try to bring it back. But every once in a while.
When I was a kid, when I was 13 years old, I got my first job working in a bakery. Andrew's Bake Shop in Staten Island. And my mother grew up with Andrew. So it was my Uncle John, Andrew, his brother, and a couple other guys, and me, and I'm 13. And my mother gave me the best advice before I got to work. She said, listen to me. She's like, these are all guys that have grew up together and know each other and are going to be bonding with each other and talking. She's like, don't involve yourself in their conversation.
Wow,
she's like, she's like, let them be men and you do your thing over here. Just keep your mouth shut. And I was like, all right.
It's funny because when you describe, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but when you describe that that moment of being around those guys and being invited by Big Pussy, and then it's all those guys. The night that I found out about the Tracy Morgan orgy, Tracy, the punchline to me is the buttholes and toes.
Yeah.
So I always stop right there with the story. But the next stop in the story is that Tracy said, I'm having a party tonight. You come to my party, it's going to get crazy. And he goes, I'm at this hotel, come up to the penthouse. And I go, okay. And this is like 2001. No, was it 2000? I just got my first camera phone.
Right.
I remember thinking like, oh my God, I think I got invited to an orgy and I have a camera phone. Like I'm going to take pictures of this orgy. And I remember I went into the green room and I saw Chappelle and I go, Dave, Tracy Morgan invited to his party tonight. I think it's going to be an orgy. And Chappelle goes, that's cool, man. Wait, did you say Tracy Morgan? You know that guy's crazy, right? I go, yeah, but I think it's going to be an orgy, and I'm going to go. And so I go to the hotel, and then as I'm getting into the hotel, I'm realizing, wait a minute, how am I going to get to the penthouse? Because you usually have to have a special key.
Right.
And I get in the elevator, I push PH, and it just lights up, and it starts going up, and I'm like, oh my God, the door opens up. It's a bar. The penthouse is just a bar.
Oh.
And Tracy Morgan, by the way, got thrown out of Caroline's that night. And so the guy he got thrown out of Caroline's is with him at the bar, and it's just the two of them. And I go, hey, and Tracy goes, hey, you made it to my party. And I go, what? And it was just
no buttholes and toes, just buttholes.
But there's moments where I'm thinking in a moment, don't ruin this. Don't ruin, just let it happen. Let it happen. And then sometimes someone will try to lead me down a path that I now know to not go down. Because like when people go, hey, do impressions for us. And I go, this situation, it's not, I was running out of a Guns N' Roses concert. They were starting to play, what's the last song they always play? Paradise City is the last song. And I start running out to get out to the car so I can bail. I'm running backstage. I have copies of my last comedy special that I'm handing out to people. Hey, put this on your bus, put this on your bus. And I walk by this room that says Lenny Kravitz dressing room. And the door is wide open, and there's a bunch of people in there partying. And I'm like, you know what? I knock on the door, and I go, hey, sorry to bother you guys. My name's Craig Gass. I'm a stand-up comedian. I wanted to give you some copies of my comedy special. And they go, you're a comedian? Hey, get in here, man. Hey, tell us some jokes. And I go, nah, man, I'm not going to. But I'm going to put this comedy special right here. And you guys put this on your buses. And I'm usually funny. You hear me on Howard. I've done voices on Family Guy. And you guys are going to love it. He goes, no, man, come on, tell us some jokes. And I go, I'm mostly known for doing impressions. He goes, who's your best impression? I go, probably Tracy Morgan. And he goes, do some Tracy Morgan. And I go, all right. And he goes, wait. Shh. Hey, this guy's a comedian. He's going to tell some jokes. And now a room full of black people that have not been told what this guy is about to do is an impression of Tracy Morgan. Start hearing a white guy doing a black voice. And it was silence, complete silence. Yeah. And I went, all right, man. Enjoy the comedy special. Yeah. And there was a stack of comedy special DVDs that was on the corner of a table, and there was a garbage can right next to the table. And I was like, I know as I'm going to my car, just like, yeah, man, that guy. You got to read the room, man. You got to read the room. But yeah.
All right, listen, go see Craig Gass. It's going to be at Side Splitters Wesley Chapel this weekend, 960-1197 or sidesplitterscomedy.com. You can buy your tickets in advance. Go see him if you haven't been there. Great room in Wesley Chapel. Maybe I'll see you this weekend.
You should, because there's going to be, at least on one of the shows, there's somebody I want to connect you with.
All right, good. Great to see you, buddy. Thank
Great
you.
to see you, too.
Thank you so much for the Metallica hookup. I had a great time. I really
Check
was
out
so
that
worth going.
video of the top of Calta's head with Metallica standing above Mike on my Instagram at Craig Gass Comedy, with 2 S's.
It's up there. Craig, thank you, buddy. We'll take a quick break. Ask the Dom is in the studio. If you got a question for Dom, get on the phone lines now, 800-771-1025. Ask the Dom is next on 1025 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Wet roads in Pinellas County right now, so a couple of incidents to be aware of. The first one, northbound 66th Street North at 102nd Avenue. Crews on the scene there with 2 left lanes blocked. That's causing some pretty big backups in the area. Also an accident northbound Keene Road. That's at Bel Air Road with some lane blockage and delays as well. Pasco County still working on a wreck. Southbound Suncoast Parkway at State Road 52. That off-ramp partially blocked. That's in the clearing stages now. Still seeing some onlooker slowdowns. Give yourself a few extra minutes there. I'm Monica with traffic. This report is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Tampa. Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. Buy one, get one, 30% off replacement windows and patio doors. Check them out at bestwindowsflorida.com.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Embassy Suites, USF, 3705 Spectrum Boulevard in Tampa. 1-800-875-PASS. CamtechSchool.com.
Fence Outlet customer Gene said,
Fence Outlet made the process easy. The team was very detailed. My fence was done right by getting all the needed permitting and finding my property pins. I've had so many compliments on my new fence.
Go to fenceoutlet.com to book your free estimate. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Glock Day is back at Shark Coast Tactical this Saturday, June 14th. Shark Coast is the home of the Build Your Own Glock Bar. Glock Day is a full day dedicated to one of the most iconic names in firearms. Will has amazing deals on Glocks, including their sought-after Shark Coast custom builds. Don't miss Glock Day at Shark Coast Tactical this Saturday, June 14th. The shop is slinging freedom from 10 to 6 daily, closed on Sunday, but open online 24/7 at sharkcoasttactical.com. Shark Coast Tactical is on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
People are loving what's happening now at IDC. Free financing till the year 2030. That's right. Now for a limited time, you can get the lowest finance rates in America. 0% for 5 whole years on just about every piece of jewelry in our showroom. So you can get that $8,000 engagement ring and pay just $134 a month. Or that $4,000 pair of diamond stud earrings, just $67 a month. International Diamond Center makes it happen with this incredible limited time offer. Just pick any item and spread your payments over for 5 years without paying a dime in interest. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, designer jewelry, colored gemstones, even certified diamonds are included. Whether your budget is $2,000 or $200,000, this is the smartest way to buy. Hurry in to take advantage of this once-a-year event. 0% financing rates till 2030, store-wide, only at International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
If you ever find yourself inside the emergency room, surrounded by these sounds, by these voices, by these machines, may you find our team of expert emergency caregivers at your side.
You're gonna be okay. Just grab my hand.
This is the power of the human spirit. Advent Health ER, 24/7 access to convenient emergency care. Go to theerexperts.com for locations near you. Advent Health. Feel whole.
And a lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, I'm usually much more active, but since I've been in pain, I've had to limit the activities I'm doing.
You're listening to Janelle, arch support specialist at the Good Feet store.
He came in and he wanted to be able to keep up, play sports with his kids. From there, we figure out which arch supports complement those activities. I fit him with the arch supports, and as I followed up with him, he's messaged me and said, I took my kids to the park today. We're walking, we're exercising, riding the bikes, and those are all things that he wasn't doing before because he was in pain.
For over 25 years, the Good Feet store's arch support specialists have been helping folks to live the life they love without foot, knee, hip, or back pain getting in the way.
Our goal is to have that long-term change for them. That's what's most important, is knowing that you leave an impact on someone's life. And I like that.
Try them for yourself. Stop in for a free personalized fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit any of our 5 locations throughout Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, and at goodfeet.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
John Senning here. Are you ready to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Well, pick up your phone right now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
21 of the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone, 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. Dom is in the studio with us. If you want to get through and speak to Dom, 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. Dom, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, back at you.
Feeling good. Getting ready for tonight's championship game. We won the playoffs last week.
Oh, brother, you realize you're not in the Stanley Cup, right?
I am in the Stanley Cup of Rec League. We are playing the team that we beat in the last season, so it's like a repeat of the Oilers Panthers.
Oh, same. You guys are basically the same.
It's the same. It's the same, Calvin. It does get chippy, so I'm stretched.
What are you, Connor McDavid out there? Who are you?
I'm Connor McDormand.
Oh,
Connor asked Dom.
All right, if you want to get through to Dom, right on the phone lines right now, they are wide open. 800-771-1025. Let's start with Elaine. Elaine, good morning. You're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got?
Yes, Tom. This is Ellen from Sarasota.
Ellen.
My son was in a car wreck in March. He was in Bradenton, and he was at a red light, and a tow truck went over the median and smashed into him, totaled his truck and 6 other cars. He hired Morgan & Morgan, but Morgan & Morgan won't take the case because they found out that the tow truck didn't have insurance.
Well, that's interesting because usually tow trucks are commercial policy. Now, some of them are privately owned, so they may not be with a corporate entity, but a lot of times it's a corporate policy or commercial policy. But if John's office did their due diligence, and I'm sure they did, then they confirmed that there was no BI insurance, bodily injury insurance. which means then you pivot over to your son's policy. He must not have had which is uninsured motorist coverage. And those are the two areas of the policy that lawyers that do what I do look for. Lawyers don't want to sue private individuals because there's no guarantee of recovery even if you get a judgment. And we've talked about that numerous times on the show. In fact, your question is actually spot on for tomorrow night's show. In studio tomorrow with me is my insurance agent with State Farm. So Joe's coming in to talk about insurance coverage in the state of Florida, PIP, personal injury protection, no-fault insurance, BI, along with a single law group. So tomorrow night's show is really going to be the benefit of folks listening that have this exact issue in question that you're presented with your son. Now, he still has PIP coverage, personal injury protection coverage, which is required in the state of Florida, which means he can go to the doctors, he can treat. The doctors will pay 80% of the insurance company will pay 80% of the doctor bills, if you will. And then he also has a lost wage reimbursement at 60%. So a lot of times people forget that they can get their lost wages reimbursed at 60% through their own insurance carrier. But that in the nutshell is the gist of his issue. Did I cover your questions or did I leave you hanging somewhere?
So his answer for me is, should he take him to court to try to get, even though the insurance paid off the truck?
Well, that's different. There's property damage. See, the state of Florida requires you to have personal injury protection for yourself, for your doctors, and your lost wages, and then up to a minimum of $10,000 to protect the vehicles. And what sucks is Florida wants you to have protection for cars, but not protection for other citizens' bodies. Now, the legislature a few years ago, I don't want to get too political with this, but the legislature passed in the House and the Senate mandatory BI. So we would pivot from a no-fault insurance state to an at-fault insurance state, meaning that we would have mandatory BI and the minimal would be $25,000. And then that was vetoed a few years ago by Governor DeSantis. So we got close to having mandatory BI a few years back, but the governor and the insurance lobby, they did what they did, and the governor vetoed it, and it didn't happen, and it remained the same. So the answer to your question is, before you sue anybody, your son needs to do what's called an asset check, a background search on the individual to see if they're financially viable. Because if not, then he's just going to be throwing good money after bad. And if you get a verdict, it's a paper judgment, and it's not worth anything but the paper is printed on. So there you go.
So there's six people that get screwed.
Not necessarily, because you don't know if the other folks had So if the other folks had which is additional coverage that you would purchase to protect yourself from other people driving around with I don't want to say no insurance, but not the right insurance coverage. So you don't know the answer to that question. They might have, hundreds of thousands of dollars in coverage and, they're saved. So your son needs to purchase moving forward. Can't help him in the case already, so that's done. But if, God forbid, he's in an accident tomorrow or next month or what have you, he's going to have the right insurance coverage. And again, this is why I talk about it on Mike's show when it comes up. I do segments on my show to try to inform the public and educate everybody, because everyone thinks, I got what the state of Florida requires me to have. I'm covered. No, you're not.
All right. Well, good luck to your son.
Okay. So what time are you on tomorrow night? Because I have to work, but he'll be home.
7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tomorrow evening, 7 to 10. And then if he wants to call the office to do a background check and an asset search on the individual in the tow truck, he can call the main office number and ask for Pam with AP Investigations. We can certainly help you folks out there.
All right, Dom. Thank you. Love the show.
Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate it. All right. 800-771-1025. Good morning. You're on Acid Dom. What do you got?
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir. What do you got?
So I got a weird situation where I guess my father just passed away. He didn't really have anything when he died. I wasn't expecting anything. But I guess what he did have was a lawsuit against the Catholic Church, which just went through, apparently. And just my main question real quick is, the executor is trying to get me to sign a waiver of consent. Like, what does this mean? Are they trying to pull something? Does this take away my rights? I don't know what to do.
Well, first of all,
sign it or not.
I'm sorry to hear about the passing of your dad. Usually, if a plaintiff is he a plaintiff or is he a defendant in the case?
Plaintiff. Okay. Plaintiff. And there's a judgment. It's like $300 million. Rockville Center in New York, like $300-something million between 600 people. and it's going through. I just don't know why the executor, who I don't know very well at all, is sending me a waiver of consent.
All right. Well, so if the judgment has already been ordered, so sometimes when plaintiffs pass away, and again, I'm not licensed in New York. That's where the jurisdiction of venue is, the state of New York.
Yeah, Rockville Center. Yeah.
All right. So my caveat in Florida. Sometimes when plaintiffs pass away, the case will die with them. But if you have a judgment that's already been ordered, and again, you would need an attorney that does probate law in the state of New York is the answer to your question, because you have to read the document that they're wanting you to waive. I don't know what it is because you don't know what it is. You'd have to send it to us. But at the end of it, we're not licensed in the state of New York anyway. So the answer to your question is you need a probate lawyer. Don't sign anything until you know what the hell it is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't want to sign anything. Like, I don't know. It's a weird situation because I wasn't expecting anything, and now I'm apparently entitled to
maybe
something that should be substantial.
Well, maybe.
So,
I don't know. You got to hire an attorney that does probate work in New York. Get a copy of the document they want you to sign. Show it to that lawyer, and then have a consultation with them. But you're going to have to go to a lawyer in that state. But don't do anything until you seek appropriate counsel. That's my recommendation for you.
Oh, fun. All right, thanks. You guys have a good day.
You're welcome.
All right, buddy. Good luck. You too. 800-771-1025. Good morning. I want to ask Don, what do you got?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I got a situation about an oil change. I had my car service oil changed.
Okay.
And at a local place, and I'm driving down to Bradenton, and all of a sudden the engine goes to half power, stalls out. Not stalled, but I was able to pull over, and I got towed back to Clearwater area. And then I found out when I took it to the shop that the oil had been overfilled by about 2 quarts. When that caused the engine to overheat, the oil got hotter than the water itself, and I had to have the pan removed, the bottom pan. And when they were trying to remove it, it was all stripped out because they put it on too tight in the first place, and it couldn't come out. So, it was a 2-part pan, they had to replace the pan and the screws and an oil change. Get everything together, I'm out about $800 to $900.
When did all this happen?
Just last month.
Okay. Now, did you call the place where you got the oil change and tell them of the circumstance?
No, I didn't. I was a fool not to look up the BBB, so I sent them a certified letter, and I sent them an email, and they immediately got back to me this morning.
All right. And what did they say this morning?
They want to talk to me.
There you go. Talk to them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tell them what the mechanic told you, what they saw and observed, and then you're going to send them the bill to fix everything, which was, I think you said $800 or $900. You submit it to them and see if they'll just pay you back. And then the problem should be resolved. If not, if they get squirrely, then you just email me at Asadam. Attorney Dave Parrott handles all of our property damage claims. That's what you have is a property loss issue with the damage to the vehicle because of the oil change. But it sounds like they communicated with you this morning. Go ahead and give them a call back, and hopefully everything works out. You don't need a lawyer.
I appreciate that so much, sir. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good luck. That was easy enough.
Another satisfied customer, Mike. We got to change the marquee.
That happened to me one time. I got my oil changed, and on my way home, my engine seized and exploded all up and everything. And what happened was it was kind of their fault, not their fault. They had changed the engine in my car, and the people at the oil place didn't know that there was an engine change, so they had the wrong size filter, and the filter popped off and everything. I had to have everything all replaced, but they were pretty good about those places are covered for that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, they have pretty good insurance. I personally. On some of the vehicles, if I have the time, I'll run it out to Steve Hurley. They do a great job out there. But if I don't have the time to head all the way out to Plant City, I'll go locally right by the houses, Jiffy Lube, and just nicest people that you can possibly imagine. Always do a great job. But if I've got time, I'll drive out. I'll drive out to Plant City and see Steve. But if I'm stuck with a time limitation, y'all go to those places. But yeah, they're pretty good. They have all the stuff in the computer system. But yeah, if something's changed on the car or modified, you always want to let them know. They'll put it in the computer system, and then they'll track that every time that vehicle's serviced.
Good morning. I want to ask Dom, what do you got?
Yeah, I got a question in regards to garnishment of wages through my employer.
Okay.
I'll kind of narrow this deal down as best I can. So I had my company, was contacted by a garnishment company or a collections agency. They said, hey, we're going to take 25% from your paycheck until this debt's paid off. It was 25% of my check. I said, hey, that's fine. It was $5,000 total. So they start taking the money out of my check. I file like an exemption saying I'm head of house. I want to get it reduced to 10% of my paycheck instead of 25%. So the judge grants it. I have a court date. And then the judge wrote a letter, a court document. I think it was an actual court order saying that my company, or the garnishee, which would be my company, is to return $1,900 to me and then give $1,200 to the collection company and continue to take 10% out until the total is met. So I was to receive $1,900 from the garnishee, being my company. What happened is my boss essentially said, hey, we don't hold that money here at our company. We already sent it to the collection agency. So I call the collection agency. Of course, they won't tell me anything. And I get a letter in the mail saying it's been voluntarily dismissed. So it seems like they're going against the court order. And now my company already sent the money. My employer sent the money to the collection agency. So now the judge's court order saying they're supposed to give me $1,900 back and continue to take 10%. I don't know where that $1,900 is, if I can get it back. And now I don't know as well the status of the debt. I wanted to pay the debt, obviously, to improve my credit. I'm at a different point in my life now, so I'm just not sure where to go from here.
All right. Well, when you first acquiesced to the 25% and they were taking that payment per pay cycle, how long did that go until you pivoted to 10%? How many weeks or months was that?
It was 2 pay cycles. They had a total of $3,100 on the total debt of $5,000. And then I set the court date. I filed the exemption, got a court date set for 2 weeks later.
Yeah, but let me
stop. That's when the judge wrote the order.
If you agreed to 25%, you're going to knock it out quicker. You did 2 pay cycles because when you pivoted to less the 15%, which is ultimately the 10 to be paid, you kind of set a lot of different things in motion and you jack this thing up. So what was the reason and the rationale that you just want to pay this $5,000 quicker with 25% versus 10?
No, so the initial writ that I received in certified mail was set for 25% unless I meet an exemption status being head of house. I would prefer 10% be taken versus the 25 because 25% of my paycheck then puts me tight, week to week, essentially.
Okay.
So I had the court date set for the exemption to change it to 10. The judge said in the writing, refund me $1,900, collections keeps 12, and then they'll take 10% going forward. And it read the garnishee is to return the $1,900,
they don't have
which I haven't received.
Yeah,
correct.
The garnishee
exactly.
doesn't. Yeah,
they don't have it.
Yeah, so the court order they can order a garnishee to do everything, but they don't have it. They don't have it. So,
right.
All right. Well, that makes sense that the 25 was set by the court, and then you filed a modification. Now, what is you have a copy of the voluntary dismissal? I need to see what the hell that is. Did you?
I got it. Yeah, I got it. Voluntarily dismissal.
Well, email that to me because what exactly did they voluntarily dismiss? The rest of the debt, the entire debt? What exactly was dismissed by the court? Do you know?
Exactly. No, it doesn't specify. And my boss actually called me and he says, hey, I got this thing voluntarily dismissed for you. You owe me a favor. I'm thinking, pal, I wanted to pay it off to have it paid in full versus settled in full. The difference of the reporting to the credit bureau from what I understand. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It's very, vague. It just says this has been voluntarily dismissed. It's like 2 or 3 little bullet points and that's all it says. So I was going to contact the clerk of court to see if they could maybe explain it because the collections company was useless. They don't want to explain anything to you.
You're going to have to email Dom the rest because we got to wrap it up. But if you email him at Dominic at AskTheDom.com, and hopefully he can help you out and finish the rest of it for you, sir. All right, good luck to you. Dom, thank you. What's on the show tomorrow night?
So tomorrow night is Joe Lito is my insurance agent with State Farm. So he's not a claims adjuster. He's an insurance agent. This is where you go to purchase insurance and get the right insurance and be properly covered along with David and Shafia Singha, the Singha Law Group. Of course, we do a lot of litigation, auto accidents, motorcycle accidents together, which stems from having the right insurance, because you can't really get into litigation unless you have the right insurance. So it's a civil show. And looking forward to that tomorrow night. And then just heads up, I was texting Gio yesterday. Next week, I will be out of town with the kids in South Carolina, so I will not be with you guys next Tuesday. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that one there. I'll see you in 2 weeks
so
from today.
don't get in trouble next week is basically what you're saying.
No, I mean, I'm available. I'm just not going to physically be in the studio with Carmen and on the show. I mean,
that's fine.
Remote stuff sometimes is itchy scratchy. So, but I'll be. I mean, I could still work. I'll have the phone with me. I'm always 24/7, Mike. I'm always
all
on.
Right, all right. If you didn't get through today, 813-251-5550 or askthedom.com, and you can check out the show tomorrow night at the station. We got to take a quick break. We'll come back to wrap things up. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. 102.5 The Bone, where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Earlier accidents wrapped up and out of your way, so ending this Tuesday morning commute on a pretty good note, starting to dry up in Pinellas County as well. Still use caution, leave a little early if you're heading out the door. No accidents reported on any of the major roadways in Pinellas or Hillsborough County. That includes those toll roads, Veterans Expressway and Leroy Summit Expressway. Looks like things are running up to speed for you in both directions on the Howard Franklin Bridge, Courtney Campbell Causeway, as well as the Gandy Bridge. I'm Monica with traffic.
Accidents don't happen between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And that's exactly why the team at Farah and Farah is available to take your calls 24/7. If you've got questions, they've got answers. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Tampa.
At Bernetti PA, our team will tell you that our number one priority is striving for the best customer service in the industry. I'm honored by the number of referrals we get from our current and past clients. They trust us. Why shouldn't you? Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Mike Calta for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. Believe it or not, Father's Day is right around the corner. And fellas, if you're tired of getting socks, ties, or yet another dozen golf balls, listen up. This year, ask for something that actually matters, the gift of a long, healthy life. Lifeguard Imaging is making that easy with their biggest offer ever for Bone listeners. When you sign up for their legacy program, you get a second membership, perfect for your spouse, a friend, or anyone you care about, for 50% off. Everybody wins with an offer like this. The legacy program gives you early scans that can detect heart disease, cancer, and other silent killers early, giving you time to take action and do something about it. Take the guesswork out of your health. Be proactive versus reactive with what's going on inside your body. Here's a scary stat. In 30% of all heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. But it doesn't have to be that way. Lifeguard Imaging uses high-accuracy CT scans to spot trouble before it starts or it's too late. This deal ends Father's Day, so don't wait. Go to lifeguardimaging.com and sign up today. It could save your life or someone you love. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
This is Mav, spokeseagle for Veterinaire, the home services company proud to serve you. One of the most common questions I get is, Mav, my AC seems fine. Why do I need a tune-up? The answer is, you live in Florida. Your AC is under more strain than a rookie in boot camp. If you like taking risks, get a lottery ticket. If you like living in comfort, get an AC tune-up. They're comprehensive and affordable. And free if you sign up for a Veterinaire maintenance plan. Learn more at veterinaire.com.
Veterinaire. We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
You know, for years, I've been telling you about my friends at Super Heat and Air. I use them for everything. I have them come out and do a clean and tune before the big season changes, and I've used them to replace units before, and now they just got a whole lot better. Super Heat and Air is now adding expert plumbing. That's right, Super Heat and Air, my personal choice for HVAC excellence for many years, is now in partnership with ABC Plumbing, Heat and Air, and they offer trusted, full-service plumbing solutions with the same high standards as Super Heat and Air. So now you get all the services all in one company. Every technician that comes out is drug screened, background checked, and fully vetted, and they only hire the most trustworthy professionals. Those are the people they're sending to your homes, and they have the same 24-hour-a-day, 7-day service, because plumbing problems don't wait either, and they deliver 5 5-star service because nothing less is acceptable. I'm so happy to announce that Superheat and Air is now Superheat and Air and Plumbing. Check them out online at superheatandair.com. That's superheatandair.com for all your HVAC and plumbing needs. Tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Renewal by Anderson of Tampa, Sarasota has an unbelievable 30-year anniversary sale. You buy one, you get one 30% off for replacement windows and patio doors. They are affordable, they are thorough, they are efficient and polite. You will love the work they do for you in beautifying your home. Renewal by Anderson, bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, it's Captain Zach Stern from Tampa Bay Fishing Radio. It's heating up, and I'm not just talking about the weather. I'm talking about Rivard Buick GMC's quest to be the #1 GMC dealer in the country. With the help of customers from Tampa Bay and all over the state trusting Rivard for the purchase of their new vehicle, they're closer than ever to that #1 spot. To ensure Rivard Buick GMC gets that #1 spot, they have over 1,000 vehicles in stock and the biggest discounts they've ever had, like up to $14,000 off MSRP on new Sierras. Visit RivardBuickGMC.com today and take advantage of their hunt to be #1. GMC. We are professional grade.
Mobile service is here at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We come to you at your home or office. That means you can save even more time and money with your next service experience with no more wait times. We'll come at your convenience to your home or office. Then we'll perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. See just how easy and convenient it can be for yourself. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm Country.
See dealer for complete details.
I'm here with WeatherTight Mike, and I'm going to ask what everybody wants to know. What's the deal with the cookies? There's a little something extra in those cookies, right?
Cookies are made in your home. Cookies are made with love. When we sell and install WeatherTight windows, we do the same thing. We do it for your home. We do it with love, and we want to protect you and your family. So think of the cookies as representing your family, and that's what we're taking care of.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, taking care of your family. And when it comes to hurricanes, you don't want to mess around, especially in the Tampa Bay area. When you're looking for windows, replacement doors, you're looking for hurricane protection, you know who to go to. The #1 window store in the Tampa Bay area, I'm talking about WeatherTight Windows. Give WeatherTight Mike a call, have him come out and give you an estimate, and rest easy knowing your home is protected with WeatherTight Windows during hurricane season. It's WeatherTight Windows. Tell him Mike Calta sent you.
WeatherTightWindows.com. WeatherTight Windows.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Hey guys, it's a cat named Mo, and for the past 10 years, I've been talking about the Centers for Men's Health, better known as C4MH.com, which has been the leader in low T care for the past 15 years. C4MH.com leads because it's a local medical practice, not one of those slick national franchise T clinics that pop up overnight. C4MH leads because it has no financial contracts, no upfront treatment payments, and no added cost treatments. C4MH leads because we fully disclose, and I say we because, again, I've been with them for 10 years, the affordable pricing. There are no hidden surprise costs. The slick pop-up clinics pricing is nowhere to be found, and then come the contracts and high-pressure upselling. C4MH leads because 18 West Coast Florida locations only treat you with pharmaceutical testosterone and never the cut rate compounded stuff the other clinics use. So when you want affordable, safe, convenient, low T care, go to C4MH.com.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans,
everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Experience the summer of music with Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. You can win tickets to some of the biggest shows of the year, including Thomas Rhett, The Weeknd, Jason Aldean, or you could win one of dozens of Neutral prizes like coolers and hats. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Just visit any participating Circle K location in Florida and scan the QR code on the Neutral Summer of Music poster today.
Get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Hosterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Hot and sticky today with a 40% chance of scattered storms. High temperatures in the lower 90s, but that heat index going to touch 100 degrees again. Steamy tonight with a low of 79, and then the rain chances go up. 60% rain chance for tomorrow afternoon. Again, highs in the lower 90s.
We now return to the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
Carmen, if somebody were to describe you to have a sharp chin, would you be insulted by that?
Me, no.
Not a sharp chin, a sharp face.
Face?
Oh, yeah.
There was a lady on TV, and her face looked like a shovel, man. It was.
Oh, my God.
Carmen, it was insane.
She wasn't unattractive.
No. She's
Had
had
shovel face.
a lot of work
There
done.
it is.
Shovel face, different from Pete face.
Yeah.
She looks like the guy from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
The TV show.
Gaston?
No, the actual beast.
Yeah, the Beast from the TV show.
Shovel face is the perfect
She
descriptor.
does have that face like that woman that had too much plastic surgery.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's got old lady neck, then like tight face.
Joanna Spilbore. Criminal defense attorney. Joanna Spilbore.
Shovel face.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you. I'm sending it to you, Carmen, so you can see. It is shovel face all day long, man.
Yeah, I would not be happy with that description.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's bananas.
See the old gurky neck and then the tight face?
Shovel face
Gurky neck.
describes it better than sharp face.
Yeah.
Or
But
butthole eyes. Just pick one.
Yeah, shovel face is. Oh, wow.
Check us out on Instagram at The Mike Calta Show. We're also available on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else you kids are checking out these days.
Now on shovel face.
Thank you to Asadam for coming to the studio, and thank you to Craig Gass, who'll be at Side Splitters in Wesley Chapel this weekend. We will say goodbye.
Yeah.
The after show at Johnny B is up next. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. That's a... Oh, Steve Babu, I'm a fool. I'm an old, fat, stupid fool. That's why.
What's really going on in your life?
Let's shoot Uma in the vagina.
Mike, why are you doing this?
Cal, I have to go.
Oh, yeah. Faux shiz, genuine. What's up, homie?
Bushy.
Bye.
Shoot that thing, fat baby. Eat me, bacon.
Go smash your fruit in the hole.
I cried a little bit. You call me a monkey. You're funny.
I love you, Spanish.
Check your panties.
Come down for moose soup after.
I don't even know how do I make something funny. I don't even. Can you hear that whistle?
Next time you lose.
Fatty McFat.
My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's till I was 14.
Mike!
Show daddy your mean face.
Ooh, so scared, chubby wubby.
Genius!
That's it. It's over. That's all for today. Thanks for listening to the Mike Calta Show. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
Enjoy revved up summer savings at Crown Hyundai.
Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with zero down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE for only $99 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service.
Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 24-month lease, 10K miles a year, $59.95 due at signing, plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
There's a lot of great things happening in June at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. A $20,000 blackjack tournament, a $150,000 bonus time slot tournament. You could win a 2025 Mercedes CLE 300 in a drawing and $150,000 hot seat power winners. And new Unity members by Hard Rock receive a limited time t-shirt and up to $200 on us. Gambling, great restaurants like Suppresso and Council Oak, The Rez, and the Hard Rock Cafe. Stop in at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
I'm Doug Bernetti. Growing up, I learned how hard it can be to make ends meet. At Bernetti PA, we help people every day with debt collection calls, credit card debt, home foreclosures, and bankruptcy cases. If you have questions, call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Chances are good that while you're listening to this, there are no named storms in the Atlantic Ocean or the Gulf of Mexico. Now is the time to get your roof looked at and make sure it's going to protect you and your family. Universal Roof and Contracting will give you a free roof inspection. Just go to universalroof.com. They'll also give you 15% off roof replacement and repairs if you need them. They've been in business for 32 years. You can trust them. Universalroof.com for Universal Roof and Contracting.
Real stories with Hellsberg.
After we met and we started dating, Nancy and I lived 150 miles apart, and I would drive my old jalopy car, and it was roughly a 3-hour distance. It took 3 years I drove across that state back and forth dating her every weekend.
Persistence.
And I would have never stopped. I had a lot of energy back then. 36 years ago.
At Hellsberg, find the engagement ring worthy of your story. Designed with the love, care, and craft it deserves. Visit a Hellsberg store or hellsberg.com.
Life is busy. Luckily, Racetrack's here to keep you on track every day.
Running around and the time makes you nervous. Are you still a mom or just a taxi service?
With ice cold drinks, hot pizza, freshly ground coffee, and even Swirl World frozen yogurt for the kids.
The schedule is packed with things that they have to do, but with so much to choose from, you'll find something for you.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
Racetrack's gonna get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hey, it's JP, and I'm here in the studio with Mark of Mark Spain Real Estate. Mark, what is it about the guaranteed offer that makes selling a home so simple and stress-free?
Selling your home with a guaranteed offer is the absolute easiest way to sell your home. It's all cash, which means there's no loan contingencies, and you can close quickly on your timeline so you can move on to the next chapter of your life stress-free. It's really that simple.
Don't just take our word for it. Mark Spain Real Estate has over 13,000 five-star reviews, making them the most trusted and experienced real estate team in the U.S. Skip the stress, make the most money, and sell your home fast this summer with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get the guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Brandon Honda is having its biggest used car event of the entire year. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now at Brandon Honda, get certified pre-owned vehicles from $6,900, backed up with a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Get CRVs from $15,000, HRVs $14,000, Accords $12,000, and get certified Civics from an incredible $9,000. We're approving all credit applications, plus make no payments for 90 days. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-527-9308 for more information.
People are loving what's happening now at IDC. Free financing till the year 2030. That's right. Now for a limited time, you can get the lowest finance rates in America. 0% for 5 whole years on just about every piece of jewelry in our showroom. So you can get that $8,000 engagement ring and pay just $134 a month. Or that $4,000 pair of diamond stud earrings, just $67 a month. International Diamond Center makes it happen with this incredible limited time offer. Just pick any item and spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, designer jewelry, colored gemstones, even certified diamonds are included. Whether your budget is $2,000 or $200,000, this is the smartest way to buy. Hurry in to take advantage of this once-a-year event. 0% financing rates till 2030, store-wide, only at International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Hey, it's Galvin here for Zero Res, and if you're like me, sometimes it gets too hot outside. I stay inside where the AC's on. But the more time you spend inside with your kids and your pets, the more messes you see on that carpet or your sofa, or even the curtains. That's why summertime is a great time for expert cleaning help from Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Those drips and drops and stains are bound to happen, and it can easily get out of control. Thankfully, Zero Res can clean it like it never happened using their ZR Water technology. No harsh soaps, detergents, or chemicals. After all, a clean home is a healthy home. And because Zero Res doesn't use all that dirt-attracting soap, you have zero residue and your carpets stay cleaner and fluffier longer. You have to take advantage of their summer sale for 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, upholstery, tile, and grout, all for 15% off. Just mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today. Book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com and ask about Zero Res commercial cleaning too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40. Period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
I'm about to whip somebody's.
And now it's the Mike Calta After Show. With your host, Johnny B.
That's all smooth sailing from here on
Tuesday, everybody. It is Mike Calta After Show, 102.5 The Bone. I am your host, Johnny B. Back after not being here yesterday. I hated it. I'll be honest. I hated missing radio, but it was a great gig. Shout out to the nice folks over at Tito's for having me out at their big event to heckle people at a putting challenge. It was a blast. Hung out with some really cool people, and thanks for having me out there. I want to do more stuff with you guys. Anytime you want to give me Tito's and have me, do what I do best, talk smack. Love to be out there doing all that. And that goes for anybody else listening out there. If you need a fat guy that's a professional trash talker, I am here for your services. Somebody that I love to talk trash with and eat the chocolate off her desk. And
is that what you call it?
Yep.
My desk?
Yeah.